All right, we'll do a little intro. Get right into the thick of it.
Right into the candy shelled goodness.
That thick fudgy center.
Oh God.
Dude. Oh my God. Friends, welcome back to the Super Sodium Brothers podcast, episode 7, right?
Sounds about right.
That's pretty cool. Lucky number 7. Honestly, luck's on our side today because big news.
Huge.
National news today.
The printing presses have been firing on all cylinders for the past 16 hours.
The M&M spokescandies have officially been canceled. Self-canceled.
They were too fuckable.
It all started with that hussy green M&M and those high-heeled shoes.
That fucking harlot.
Oh my God. No, she had the boots.
She had the boots.
Brown M&M, who is also extremely fuckable. And for all the people at home, please excuse my language. I'm just overcome with passion thinking about these spokescandies. So she had a high-heeled shoe meant for like a night out, and then they gave her like a high-heeled shoe meant for a librarian, and that was that was supposed to turn me on less.
Was that Tucker's involvement? Did he slut shame the brown M&M into wearing like wedged heels instead of like stilettos?
Yeah, okay, so this was a year ago. This was January 2022. Yeah.
Yeah.
He made that fucking M&M segment about I'm not sure if it was the green or it looks like it was both. I'm seeing he was talking about both. The headline read, "Candy in sexy shoes is highly offensive," which is meant to be sarcastic. Taking shots. I don't know. See, this whole situation is so crazy to me, and I've been trying to wrap my head around it all day. And I did minimal Google searching, so I feel like I've done the research here. I
mean, look, if it works for COVID deniers, it works for canceled candy, right?
I scrolled through half a page of the main Google search results, and I was like, yeah, I got it. I got all the information.
I looked through several Google results. Okay, trust me.
I feel like Tucker Carlson created this problem and then spent too much time and burnt too much of his listeners' brain cells ranting about this problem. Legitimately. Not like ranting like we rant, you know? Not doing it for fun, but doing it to like influence people, which I think is very dangerous.
There was they came in for work. And the whole production team, the writers, the assistants, they were all tasked with creating the assets for the fucking woke M&Ms. They had to write these scripts. They had to produce this segment where a grown man talked about candy being too fuckable. Like, imagine that was your project for the week. You come in, they're like, all right, fuck everything else that's going on in the world. M&M's too sexy. We need to start spitballing ideas. And everyone was just like, all right, cool. Hershey's is woke. M&M's too fuckable. Purple one's too fat. You gotta...
Which is so crazy, too. There's nothing wrong with the purple M&M. First of all, the purple M&M was added, I guess, to represent inclusivity or at least represent trans rights or something to that effect. People got upset.
I don't even know what for. Like, I don't even know. Like, it's an M&M. Like, why?
It's an M&M, and they're all lovable. Like, not one of them has like strong polarizing views. If purple M&M like appeared in her first commercial, she was like, "Hey, I'm the purple M&M." And the
Zodiac Killer did nothing
wrong. Let's talk abortion. Then I can understand why people would be like, hey, pump the brakes on this M&M.
But they're like, how dare you project these qualities onto an M&M that I can't even actually see? I'm gonna get furious.
It's a. This is outrageous. I saw someone.
Philip Seymour Hershey has gone too far.
Dude, rest in peace. Too soon.
Yeah.
Oh, I found it. So M&M's owned by the Mars company. And I lost the name of their CEO. They have a CEO. I don't know what his name is.
Wait, is M&M's not made by Hershey anymore, or is Hershey owned by Mars?
No, it's Mars, and Mars makes Snickers, Milky Way, Uncle Ben's rice, and a bunch of other food products.
Huh.
Bunch of other shit.
Today I learned.
Yeah, this is kind of insane. There was also another headline. Green and brown M&Ms seen holding hands. So two what would appear to be female M&Ms. They look sexy. I'll say that right now. They look sexy. When was this? January 11th, 2013. Are seen holding hands. This is a big deal. This is
not
nice.
in my God-fearing household. They're not. Marriage is meant to be between one man and one woman.
There was another headline that read, "Miserable non-binary candy is all we deserve." What is happening?
It's the woke left takeover.
But
these non-binary
but
M&Ms.
He created it. So here's Eminem's official statement. We got to talk about this. The official statement from Eminem's, which is so crazy. All right, here we go.
Craziest statement I've ever heard in my life.
This was released earlier today. What's today? January 23rd, 2023. America, let's talk. In the last year, we've made some changes to our beloved spokescandies. We weren't sure if anyone would notice, and we definitely didn't think it would break the internet. But now we get it. Even a candy's shoes can be polarizing, which was the last thing M&M's wanted, since we're all about bringing people together. Therefore, we have decided to take an indefinite pause from the spokescandies, aka the yellow and red M&M that shocks Santa. They do exist. He does exist. In their place, we are proud to introduce a spokesperson America can agree on. The beloved.
Who is it? Who's the new spokesperson?
It's my Reformed Orthodox rabbi. Okay. Spokesperson American can agree on the beloved Maya Rudolph. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I personally love Maya Rudolph. Amazing in everything she does. Everything she touches is gold. A little random, but great. We're confident Miss Rudolph will champion the power of fun to create a world where everyone feels they belong.
And if there isn't, if the far right doesn't love anything, it's Black Jewish women. They love women of color that are Jewish. They're gonna find this change not even adequate. They're gonna find this change welcoming. I'm sure.
The fact that it's a change, I mean, unfortunately, I'm sure there's some truth to what you're saying. I fear that any sort of change is going to outrage them. They love outrage.
I feel like any change would annoy like any person with like logic. Like the fact that has to be changed is just ridiculous. But like the fact that they're pivoting from fuckable candy to Maya Rudolph it's just such a random choice, it seems like. But it also feels like the people that were upset at the start at the sex appeal of this candy, I feel like these are the type of people that aren't gonna want Maya Rudolph anywhere near their candy.
I know
I'm painting with broad strokes right now.
Mm-hmm.
So sue me.
Hey, maybe in that demographic you've got some Bridesmaids fans. Who knows? Some SNL fans. Maybe not some SNL fans, but maybe some Bridesmaids fans. Or she had that new show on Apple. What was it called? Oh, it was pretty good. See, now I'm gonna Google Maya Rudolph, and her entire body of work is gonna be fucking overshadowed by the stupid M&M announcement.
By the M&Ms.
Oh, Maya Rudolph. Yeah, she's like she's a billionaire, and I think Adam Scott plays her ex-husband or something like that, and they get a divorce, and now she's in charge of like this $1 billion company. It was a pretty good show. She's so talented.
She's good, dude. She's funny.
She's
too.
amazing. She's fucking amazing. I mean, it could have been really could have been anybody. It could have been anybody as the new spokesperson.
Should have been the Sodium Bros. That's who it should have been.
Maybe one day, dude. We got to get behind a salty snack.
Oh, yeah.
Or pretzel M&Ms, aka is pretzel M&Ms, that's the blue, right? Or is that crispy?
Crispy is blue. I think green is pretzel.
I guess it doesn't matter now. They're all dead.
Potentially. They're all dead.
They're all
they might as well
dead.
just make all of our M&Ms black and white.
So this all started.
Sorry, gray. Ugh.
But then that would be an outrage too, because now it's censorship. You're taking color away.
Well, yeah, and we need to take away any reason for idiots to complain about candy other than the fact that they don't like the candy.
So it'd
be like that episode of Fairly Odd Parents where Timmy wishes everyone was just like a gray blob, and then everyone's like, "Oh, well, I'm grayer than you," and then like, you know, the elitists were like still a thing, and he learned the life lesson that, oh right, people are just gonna fucking suck no matter what.
It's just I really wonder what, and you know what, everybody, I don't want to get political, but we Tucker Carlson is truly integrated into the story. And for those of you guys who don't know, he's a Fox News anchor, though it has been argued by his lawyers in court that his program is not news. This is purely opinion based because he was brought up on in like a defamation suit. He got sued for saying some shit, so his lawyers had to play the everything this guy says is bullshit defense to, you know, get him out of the lawsuit. And sure enough, it worked.
Well, I think they are. It was either him or Sean Hannity or both.
Definitely Tucker Carlson, probably Sean Hannity too.
Probably both. But they effectively argued that no reasonable person would think they were actual news. Like that was their defense. And the judge is like, God damn it, you're right. You're free to go. And they laughed themselves all the way to the bank.
Yeah.
Crazy times we live in.
Sorry, I'm looking at pictures of sexy M&Ms. So this all started last year. Green M&M had boots with a heel. They look cute, like she got them from Hot Topic or something. Now she's got like Vans on. And like they blew this so out of proportion. And you know what? Maybe the green M&M was too sexy. Maybe the green M&M was too fuckable. That's a possibility. Look, I understand that. And you want to say, hey, you know, get these sexy candies out of here. You know, what was sexy 20 years ago, whenever the green M&M came around, might not be sexy today. And you know what? You move on. You adapt. You give an M&M and new shoes. They didn't even do anything else to her. It's not like they gave her a mastectomy or like,
yeah,
you know, they didn't. This poor M&M, she changed her shoes, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy the M&M company today had the fucking just awareness to say we didn't think this was gonna turn out the way it did. Tucker,
who had M&Ms are too sexy on their 2023 bingo card? I know for sure Tucker Carlson did. That was Tucker's free space, right in the smack center of his 2023 bingo card.
But how much aside from Tucker Carlson spouting diarrhea out of his mouth 5 nights a week, who else was anybody else upset about this?
Not that I know of. I know you posted that supercut.
Moms. Well,
it looked like it was all Fox. It looked like everybody at Fox was pissed.
I feel like Fox got Skittles pox and then confused them with M&Ms and then targeted M&Ms. Oh yeah, friends, there's like a supercut on YouTube of Fox news anchors just going ballistic on M&Ms. M&Ms, will they melt in your hand if the M&M identifies as trans?
Yeah, like how the fuck do those logic points connect? What? Those words came out of a human mouth. Will M&M still melt in your hand if they identify as trans? There's so much to unpack. I don't understand.
It's overwhelming. It's incendiary. it's fucking dangerous. That's the one thing that keeps echoing in my mind. It's like, how scary is this?
Truly.
That you could radicalize the public to turn against a cartoon candy that's committed no crime.
No
Right?
crime.
It's
No body, no crime. And they're still there picketing.
if you had two M&Ms like 69 in on a package and it was the new Cadbury cream filled one and like
Hey yo.
you know what I'm saying? Then I
Hey,
could
yo.
say, all right, you know what, Tucker? Here's 20 minutes. Go off on M&Ms. This was inappropriate. A change needs to be made. But no, where did this even come? They just canceled M&Ms. They cancel. Here's the thing, like M&Ms weren't canceled. M&Ms canceled themselves. How I didn't even think M&Ms were that out of control.
It was a rare self-cancel.
Is it gonna come out later on that like, I don't know, blue M&M's been like smoking fentanyl and like orange M&M was in Epstein's black book and like
Purple M&M was there on January 6th.
damn, oh my god,
That's just what I heard. I'm not saying it. I'm just saying that's what I heard.
brutal.
So like you can't come after me. I'm just the messenger.
And yellow M&M's just a straight up murderer, just homicide,
Just sociopathic.
manslaughter.
Yeah. Not an emotion behind those eyes.
He plays the dumb card. He's actually a cold, calculating motherfucker.
He leads a very dark alter ego. He's got a second life.
He takes off his candy shell. He lives his peanut life.
Oh god.
Dude, honestly, I think my number
Running
one
around with his
movie
nuts
theater
out.
snack.
Awful.
I would go peanut M&Ms over popcorn in a movie theater. Just personally.
I would too. The crazy thing about popcorn for me is like the whole like having to go like Minecraft pick the fucking shells out of your teeth and gums. It almost ruins the experience of eating popcorn for me.
Yeah, there's a bit of work to do afterwards.
It's so delicious, but like, oh my god, you're like like all night trying to get this shit out of your fucking mouth. And it's just like, man, was that worth it? I kind of feel like it wasn't.
This is gonna be
Every time.
I've suffered too. I know what you mean. And sometimes they get like those little shards get wedged like even further into your gums.
The worst.
And that's all you could do. Like half
Like-
of your mental bandwidth is spent just like tongue in
Digging
your
that shit out.
gums, yeah, to get pieces of fucking popcorn out.
Literally.
The other thing I was gonna say, and this is a little off-brand, movie theater popcorn is a little too salty for me.
Interesting.
I ate a small popcorn when I went to go see Avatar: The Last Waterbender. Dude, it felt like I had drank a bucket of seawater by the end of it. I was so thirsty.
Here's where I get to
didn't want to
flex.
use the water fountain.
Here's where I get to flex. That's a good call. Here's where I get to flex on my good movie theaters. Is like I don't remember the last time I've eaten movie theater popcorn, because all my movie theaters out here are like, they're like the fucking like brew house.
Mm-hmm.
Like you sit down and like like they have popcorn, like they serve popcorn and candy because it is a movie theater, but like your options are like hot Bavarian pretzel with like chili queso, like Hat's chili queso, and like some like Scottish ale, like whole grain beer mustard.
Oh my god.
Or like movie theater popcorn. Or like you could get like fried cheese curds, or you could get movie theater popcorn. So it's like, fuck me up with a hot pretzel and some cheese.
I do love the hot pretzels.
It's, oh my god, they're so good. And then you can just sit down and you can order like beer that they brew in house, or like their tap list is like, yeah, they do six. I think they're down to, they used to do 6. I think they're down to 4, but they brew 4 of their own beers in house because it's it's a movie theater and a brew house. So like they brew their own beer. They have this huge tap list of beer. They do like special like keg taps. They'll get like 1 or maybe 2 kegs of some like, some random like local like seasonal beer. And it's like once they tap it, once it's done, it's done. But like they have like special guest taps. They do all sorts of like retro movie nights. Like when Melina came to visit, we went and saw. Unfortunately, we saw fucking
Morbius.
Morbius.
Oh my god.
But they,
You
I think
saw
like
that
the week
movie twice,
before,
right?
I saw it once.
You saw it once. Okay.
I saw it once. I don't know if I could see it a second time. That shit was bad.
For a second, I thought you saw it twice. I was like, why do you hate yourself so much? Like
No, I think that was the
unpack
meme.
that. Okay.
That was it was just like a meme that
That
popped
was
up.
the
Everyone's like, "Oh, this fucking idiot." I'm like, look, I've only seen it once. But the week prior, they were doing the re-shows of, I forget which Harry Potter. I think it was Prisoner of Azkaban, and they had butterbeer.
That's
So like
cool.
you could order butterbeer. And so I went and I watched it. I got food. It's a butterbeer. And then so when me and Melina went, they still had butterbeer on the menu. So we got like warm cookies and drank butterbeer and watched a terrible movie together. So like,
It sounds pretty good. I could do that.
can't complain.
I'm not crazy about the dine-in theaters. I feel like it's too distracting. I did it once. I got like a chicken, I got like a chicken Caesar salad and like a drink. Like I'm trying
That's
to
fair.
eat and watch the movie, and like the waiters come by. It was just like, it was a little too much for me. Like
So
I
the
just
good
want to
thing
sit
is,
and watch the movie.
they seat, I think it's 30 minutes before like the start of the movie. It's like before they do like, like the opening previews or whatever. So if you get there and like, the 30 minutes before, like you can sit down and then like you can, and like they'll come and start taking orders then. So like you can have like all of your food and drinks out like before the previews even run. So you can just like eat and just like chill out and vibe while everyone's like getting situated, and then kind of like finish up your food as like trailers start playing. And then you finish up your trailers and they come and take your shit away and you can sit down and, just do your thing for the movie.
Yeah, that's the way to do it for sure.
Yeah. Cause I've tried to manhandle a steak and avocado wrap in the middle of a movie, and it is a little cumbersome.
You're kind of you're breaking your attention. I kind of agree with James Cameron on this. When you go to the movie, you're making an agreement that, hey, there's going to be no other distractions. I'm going to fully submit myself to the film and just get into it.
That's
I
fair.
like that. Yeah, it's nice to just, especially like you and I both stream on Twitch. Like I don't know. I'm always on my phone. I always got like 2 monitors up. It's nice to like just take a break and just like focus on something.
Yeah. That's a fair take.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that.
I think that's the only novelty aside from like, I guess, sound and screen size. But even now, like, people get some big ass TVs and sound systems in their homes. I feel like the just commitment of attention is the only real novelty that the theaters have going for them right now. No one's
Pretty
going for
much.
the $8 popcorn. Small popcorn, $8. Avatar 3D, $21. Seeing a movie with your grandma, priceless.
Priceless. Hotel Trivago.
Trivago.
That's a lot of money for popcorn. So and then like
$8, dude.
that's so much. Let me check I wonder if they have the
For
menu
a
prices for
fucking
popcorn.
small.
Because what's really cool is the movie theater near me, they do like matinee shows on Wednesdays. $5.25 for a movie ticket on Wednesdays.
That's good. That's a good deal.
Not bad.
You can't beat that.
And then
their matinee price is like $13. Like, fuck you, dude.
that's
New
their
York.
matinee price is $13.
I'm pretty sure. You know what? Maybe
Bitch.
I'm throwing Regal on the bus right now. Let's see.
And we got Made in Texas Mondays, $2 off Texas beers all day.
What?
And they got a rewards club.
Oh,
So you earn points for every dollar you spend on everything other than alcohol. And you get a free movie ticket on your birthday. How cool is that?
that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's fucking great. It's a 10 out of 10 movie theater. Food slaps, prices are great. It's just great.
I love that.
Yeah.
Where? All right. What if I want to see Plane? I'm gonna book it. I don't actually want to see Plane. Are there any matinee shows?
What, you don't want to see Gerard Butler and Mike Coulter from Marvel's Luke Cage?
Oh,
on a
is that
plane?
Luke Cage?
Yeah,
Good for
that's Luke
him.
Cage.
I'm all set. What are the matinee prices? I don't know. It was at least $11.
That's so much money.
Yeah. It was too much money.
Yeah, it makes it really easy to go to the movie theater because like I don't need much reason to go. Like when they have good food and drinks, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And like they recently, a couple years ago, they like redid the inside, so like it's a little more like sit down friendly. So like you don't even have to go like watch a movie. Like you just go like they have like a bar like in the lobby.
Mm-hmm.
So you just like go and like sit at the bar and like they have like tables and stuff like you can sit at instead. But you can go and just like sit down, like get drinks and just like order like the food that they have there, which is really good. You don't even have to see a fucking movie.
What, dude? The 11:30 a.m. showing of Megan, an adult ticket is $19.
At Regal? Oh no, man.
What?
That's the real.
This
that's
is why
the
I
real
didn't. This is why I didn't
travesty.
go see the One Piece movie, the anime movie. I'm like between tolls and the ticket, I'm gonna blow $30 fucking. Like I could
I was
just
say
buy
that's a
it
$40 night out to go watch.
to
One
go
Piece.
watch an anime movie alone. Yeah, no, I'm all set. I'll wait. I'll wait.
Yo, speaking of anime movies, where the fuck is the Dragon Ball Z movie?
Yeah, that was another one in theaters where I was like, don't think I could do it.
Yo, me and Toriyama are about to have some fucking words.
Well, so it comes out. So that was in theaters. I don't know, in like September, October, and it comes out on like DVD digital release March 23rd. I think they're trying to tell people like you better get your butt into the theater and pay to see this movie, or you're not getting it on DVD for a long ass time. That sucks. I want to see it. It looks.
I don't
cool.
even know if my theater was showing it.
Our
I vaguely remember trying to find it and I couldn't.
our theater is super nerdy. They always have a good rotation of relevant anime movies, and they also, I don't know if it's a local shop, but they have I guess someone who runs some sort of collectibles business set up a kiosk in the lobby, and he'll just sell like merch relative to whatever nerdy thing's going on. So during the Marvel movies, there's just so much stuff there. A lot of art prints and figure stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that's where I got all my Marvel prints. It's like this guy just like sets up a booth and then he sells her big like 11x17 like prints.
Okay.
And so like, you know, for like the which was it? Was it Civil War, I think. Like he had, you know, pretty much like all like the Avengers that he had painted. And he had like Crossbones because like, you know, he was a big part of that movie. And they had Captain America, you know, they had just, you know, like all the Avengers and stuff. And so I ended up buying a bunch of those prints. So I've got quite a few of those
Yeah,
that I got
they look
from
great.
that
You
dude.
gotta frame them
really
up, man.
tight. They're framed. I just have to fucking hang them.
Hang them and get that background going.
Ugh, I
Get this
know.
on YouTube.
I know.
Takes do a
Maybe
little bit
maybe
at
I'll
a
do
time.
that. Maybe I'll do that with my time off next month. So I'll just be sitting here not doing anything.
Okay,
Maybe that's the play.
dude, you got time off next month? We hanging
I'm
out?
taking
We're
off.
hanging out next month?
I kind of Jumpy mentioned something. She's
Like-
like, if you want to come out, you can come out. And I was like, well, I mean, I might come out.
That could be fun.
Could be fun. I think the last time I looked, for like a weekend trip, I think it was like a Friday to Monday or something like that. It was like round trip was I think it was like less than $200, like $180.
What?
Yes,
That's pretty good. Okay.
Not bad. Maybe we can discuss.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll talk deets after the podcast. I'm not gonna give everyone my full address. It must.
Come on, go ahead. Don't be shy.
Come on over.
Dox yourself. Come on.
over, everybody.
Everybody.
So, speaking of bad news, rip the M&M's candy people. I mean, they said indefinitely. When are they coming back? And also, is Maya Rudolph just gonna show up on Super Bowl Sunday with M&M's, and we're just gonna pretend like nothing's happened? I really feel like they need to acknowledge the parting of these national treasures.
She's gonna come out on stage during halftime with a blunderbuss packed full of M&Ms, and she's gonna fucking shoot it out into the crowd
Oh man.
and just absolutely annihilate swaths of people in the crowd. with
Ooh,
M&Ms.
dude, you know what? If we were making this joke in any other country but America, that would be hilarious.
It's extra hilarious because you could just get a blunderbuss. That's not even a problem.
Yeah. Where do you got to go? Dick's?
Probably.
Amazon? I don't know.
Academy?
3D
Something like
print
that.
one.
Yeah, you go. Yeah, 3D print a shotgun.
Oh, it's for my Sea of Thieves cosplay. JK. I'm loading
JK,
it
here's
with
some M&Ms.
every color of M&Ms.
Become like Roadhog. You
They're
just shove a handful of M&Ms down the barrel of your scattergat and just let them fly.
Getting pelted with chocolatey goodness. Your clothes are going to be ruined. Oh my god, I was
Ruined.
wearing Jumpy's white t-shirt the other night. I made turkey burgers for dinner, and I'm going to be completely
No.
honest, Rob. I'm a ketchup guy. I'll fucking coat my burgers with ketchup. Of course.
Did you get it all over the shirt?
Oh my god. And then Jumpy said something about ketchup. Oh no, she was eating it with her burger without ketchup, which is like, you know,
sacrilege. You can't do that.
I almost packed up my stuff and left, honestly. And I was like, you don't like ketchup? She was like, I'm good. I'm like, you know who likes ketchup? And I pointed to the stain in the middle of her shirt. She was like, what the fuck? She was like, maybe if you're wearing someone else's white shirt, just be a little more careful.
Does ketchup stain?
There I am sitting there like
though?
the yellow M&M. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Does ketchup stain though? I feel like I've gotten ketchup on stuff and it came out okay.
I think it was fun. I don't think ketchup's very like oily. I think she got it out because I took my shirt off and she did an emergency rinse with cold water while I sat there with no shirt,
eating your burger.
No, I was done eating my burger, so I just sat there in silence watching.
With ketchup on like the outer edges of your mouth.
Yeah.
You look like, you know, the shitter's clogged meme? You look like that little girl. Just the ketchup all over your face.
Good burgers.
Shitter's clogged. Yo, I saw this thing on it was like one of those like Snapchat stories. And apparently Billie Eilish had someone break into her house.
Mm-hmm.
It's like some stalker like broke into her house. Like that shit's crazy.
I feel bad for her. That is
You can't be like anybody anymore.
That is so freaking far from being okay. I mean, being anybody, honestly, I feel like she's one of the biggest stars in the world right now.
Well, yeah, but then like you have like there was some YouTuber girl back in like high school, like when I was in high school. Her name was Christina Grimmie, if you remember that name.
I don't.
She was I think she like sung like on YouTube, like she's, you know, like made music like back when people were making, you know, like music and shit on YouTube. It looks like it went all up to 2016. Is that when she died? Yeah. She was she's doing like a meet and greet with like fans. I don't know like where it was, like out in public somewhere. And some guy that was like in love with her, you know, took the whole like, oh, if I can't have her, nobody can kind of thing. And like went to her meet and greet and like she like went to hug him. So she had like her arms open to hug him and he shot her and killed her.
Jesus.
And she was like, I don't know, like 18, 19 years old, something like that at the time. Maybe a little bit older.
Oh,
but it's just like, you can't be a small time like YouTuber. You can't be, obviously, you know, being the fucking one of the most successful singer-songwriters on the planet, you know, obviously, but like just can't fucking do shit no more, man. People are crazy.
I feel like people have always been crazy, but now you've got more of an opportunity to connect with them, right?
True. Yeah. It's easier to hear about it.
That's
for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just like, damn. So yeah, like someone like broke into Billie Eilish's house and he was like, I think from what I remember hearing about it was like he was claiming that like she was writing songs about him and like he's like trying to get her to like love him and like just crazy shit. And it was just like, damn. Like homie's not
Intruder
okay.
wearing all black. Black mass. So she, in 2021, it seemed like some guy was camped outside of a school across the street from her house and was like peeking over the fence, and they made eye contact and he made a throat slitting gesture to her. She
Oh
got a
my
temporary
God.
restraining order against him.
Christ.
Yeah, she says it feels traumatizing. I mean, I don't blame her. This is fucking horrible. And she was 19 when that happened. I mean,
Yeah, and then like earlier this month,
like her
it was,
parents live there.
Yeah.
Like you're.
Yeah, like somebody, and it was like earlier this month, like someone broke into her house,
Mm-hmm.
and cops got there and found the dude had jumped the gate, wearing a mask, lurking around the backyard, and it's just like, yo, that's just crazy. Time to start paying for some armed security.
Yeah, I think they already had security. I guess
Time
it was
to
nighttime.
fire
Guys
your armed
wearing all
security.
black.
Jesus.
Fucking hell, dude. Yeah, no,
Fucking
that's
Nancy Pelosi's house getting broken into. Crazy times you live in, man. Crazy times.
You know what's funny? I met a guy on set the other week. We just got to talking. I mentioned Twitch. And he was like, "Oh yeah. I watched some streamers and we started talking for a while." He was like, "You ever worry?" I told him about us getting together with all of our Twitch friends in Canada over the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And how like I trusted these people because I not only talk to them every day, but I see a lot of them because they do stream. Like I know I'm not getting catfish because I see you. Like I know who
Right.
you are. And he was like, "You ever worry about someone coming to your house?" And honestly, before that moment, like unannounced, honestly, before that moment, I never considered it. I
With how
maybe,
often you dox yourself on stream.
yeah, right. I just maybe I feel fortunate that like anyone we've met that have been like a little on the sketchy side have just like I don't know gone away, or we've quickly said we've put the hammer down and said, hey, the vibes aren't right for this channel.
Yeah.
But I would honestly be pretty rattled if that happened.
Yeah, that would
especially
be
if someone was
not-
in my apartment because we have 4 locks on the door.
That's
You
a
would
lot of
have
locks.
to be Sherlock fucking Holmes to get into my apartment. Or
yeah, I've got Miles Morales, yeah, coming through the fucking 4th floor window or whatever.
But if I
floor we
wake up
are
and
on.
Miles Morales is here, it's lit, dude. We're gonna.
It'd be pretty tight. It'd be pretty fucking tight.
We're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, I've got a like a security deadbolt on my door, so it's the deadbolt, but it's only accessible from the inside.
Mm-hmm.
So like at night you lock like both. So if somebody were to pick like the door lock, you have that second deadbolt that they don't have access to on the outside, which is common in Texas. I don't think I saw that when I was in Florida.
Yeah, our deadbolts can be accessed from the outside.
Yeah.
But you need to pick them. I feel like I'm giving too much information. Anyway, nobody can get inside my apartment. Don't try.
It's impossible. Don't even think about trying. The floor plan for his apartment can be found
an
at
M&M
www.
loaded blunderbuss.
Oh man, you thought rock salt was bad? You seen Kill Bill when Uma Thurman gets that chest full of rock salt? Nah, M&Ms. Don't even try it.
Crispy ones. They're gonna be crackling and popping in your chest.
Oh, dude, those things break apart so easy.
Explosive rounds.
Got them frangible rounds. Them shits break apart into little pieces. They fuck
Dude,
you up.
or I shoot you full of green M&Ms and you become so fuckable, like swarms of people just like jump on top of you like an Axe commercial. They just like can't get enough.
They're like pheromones.
Yeah.
For hungry, horny people.
Yep. Which are everywhere apparently.
Everywhere. Starting with Tucker Carlson, patient zero.
He's so hot for the M&Ms. They changed her shoes and he went ballistic.
I feel like it's like the Vince McMahon meme where it's like him getting like more and more like in his chair. Oh, they're too hot. Why they put her in the shoes? Ooh.
They had like flesh tone arms and legs, then they had white. I don't know. What's more fuckable? I cannot tell.
I don't know if there's an answer. I think that's peak fuckableness, you know?
It's sad, dude. It's honestly, it's sad. We're all just gonna have to move on. No M&M people, just regular M&Ms, no faces, no personalities, no ex-wives,
No
no
ex-wives.
no footwear.
None. Just bare feet, free feet, androgynous M&Ms, just like they want.
So, and Rob, I brought this up with you earlier. When does Skittles get canceled for the Skittles Pox commercial? The guy's covered in Skittles. Oh, do you have Skittles Pox? No. And she takes one, eats one. Oh, is it contagious? No. She eats one, then she's covered in Skittle Pox. This is telling kids it's okay to spread viral diseases.
It's okay to lie about it,
It's okay to lie and manipulate people,
which is a crime in I think most, if not every state.
right?
Like if you lie about an STD and purposely give it to somebody, like that's a crime.
Skittles needs to be brought to justice. I feel like there's
Skittles is getting away with murder.
Oh my God, Mars Wrigley also owns Skittles. This is, dude.
Big
We're
Candied is
we're
really pushing
unraveling a
it.
conspiracy in real time, dude. How about this? Okay, so they own Snickers and Milky Way. You ever notice that a Milky Way is just a Snickers with no peanuts?
Whoa.
It's. I don't know, man. They're trying to tell you.
So it's a
two
boneless
separate
Snickers? Is that what you're
It's
saying?
a boneless Snickers.
It's a boneless
They're trying to
Snickers?
tell me it's a
Damn.
completely different species of candy.
They got bone in and bone out, boneless Snickers.
They make
Shit.
Altoids, American Heritage chocolate. That's fancy chocolate. Celebrations, which 1 out of every 10 children will get a Celebrations chocolate in their Easter basket, and 9 months later, their mother will throw it away when they find it in like a sock drawer somewhere. Nobody eats that shit.
Do you wanna see something much more depressing?
Oh, please.
So do you know how Nestle is like some of like the worst of the worst? Like, are you familiar with Nestle and their
Yeah,
shit?
like forced monkey labor, slave labor, child labor overseas.
Yeah, like that shit.
Yeah.
They went to, I forget what year it was, but they went over to Africa and they were selling baby formula, or not selling, they were giving baby formula to mothers that weren't able to breastfeed. Um because of like they just don't, they don't have like, drinking water, so the body
Mhm.
conserves water by not making breast milk. And so Nestle went over, started, was giving away baby formula to these mothers, and then they started drilling a bunch of wells and tapping a bunch of wells for water, and then they started, you know not mining but harvesting water, like drinking water. They stopped giving the baby formula to the mothers and then started selling them the water that they were like harvesting. So like so this whole thing about, like them selling them their own water while taking away the formula that they were giving. And I think part of it was because they were relying on the free formula that they were being given. Like that also made them stop producing breast milk
Yeah.
as well. And then they just like cold turkey, like no more. And they started like selling it back to them. Really fucked everything up. So Nestle just really fucking sucks is the main takeaway.
Oh my God.
And
Yeah.
if
You
you're
summarized that
thinking like,
very
oh
accurately.
yeah, so they fucking suck. And so you're like, oh great, cool, fuck Nestle. I'm never gonna buy anything Nestle. If you do a quick Google search, pull up the Wikipedia page for list of Nestle brands, look at all of the shit that Nestle owns. Good luck trying to fucking
Oh
boycott
my
Nestle.
God.
They own coffee. They own fucking Ovaltine. They own
This might
fucking,
be over 100 different brands.
yeah. They own
Pepsi,
Cheerios. They own Cookie Crisp cereal.
Lay's, Quaker Oats.
They own Nesquik. Obviously, that's a
Wait,
little obvious.
no.
They
I'm
own
sorry.
Golden
These are
Grams.
separate companies. Wait, are they?
No. These are brands that are that Nestle owns.
I'm getting confused. Okay, I got a big graph in front of me. Gerber.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I need a bigger
They
graph.
they
Wonka candies.
own,
Oh, Willie, how you gonna
yeah,
do me like this?
chocolate and confectionery baked goods. They own Aero, like Aero bars.
Okay.
They own, what else they
Maybelline,
got in here?
Purina cat food, Fancy Feast. Fuck me,
Fancy
dude.
Feast.
Uh,
Dude, they own fucking, like, they own so much shit. They own California Pizza Kitchen, like frozen pizza. They own DiGiorno's. They own Hot Pockets. They own Lean Pockets, Lean Cuisine, Stouffer's, Tombstone Pizza.
Nespresso? You're kidding.
They own
Drumstick ice
everything, dude.
creams? Oh, Didi buys those all the time. I
Everything.
love those.
They own
Damn.
Nature's Bounty.
Dude, fuck Nestle.
Yeah, they suck. They own Freshly. Look at that.
I want to start making hard choices and not supporting these fucking companies.
But like,
But
it's
also,
impossible. Like, you look at this list and you're like,
Okay.
well, fuck me.
So I boycott all Nestle products, but then I have an iPhone in my pocket. Like, Apple's a pretty horrible company too.
Yeah. So it's like, where do you draw the line?
And now there's finally been some light being. I mean, maybe there's been light shed on this issue for a long time, but the slave labor being used to, what is it, to mine, which mineral is it? Is it cobalt?
Cobalt?
Yeah, right? That we need in like all smartphones.
Yeah, like basically every piece of technology
Electronic
ever.
yeah. And it's all
Yeah,
gathered
it's something
through slave labor, which honestly comes as a surprise to no one, right? Like, we all know the working conditions of the people in China who manufacture iPhones.
Yeah, but like, it's not even just like it goes to like every step of the manufacturing process. Like, it's not just like children or like people just being, worked like 18 hours a day, like putting together these iPhones. Like, the people that are responsible for like mining the resources behind that are being effectively like enslaved by like the hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
And it's just like every step of that supply chain process is just like riddled with like exploitation and like slavery, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, yeah, like, where do you draw the line? Like, it's just, you know that's why it's so hard to like boycott shit. And it's just like, everybody is like, everything is owned by like a handful of global conglomerates, where it's like, it's six one way, half dozen the other. You boycott one, go to another. It's like, oh, guess what? That other brand is also owned by like some other shitter.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a hard line to navigate for sure.
Do you think there could be a movement powerful enough to make Apple like take some action, make big changes?
Not as long as capitalism is a thing.
But let's say, I don't, like, for fantasy's sake, let's say hashtag no new iPhones trending. Nobody buys iPhone fucking 15. Because already, like, sales numbers are down. I mean, they're still selling like millions of units, of course. But let's say they saw a significant dip in revenue for, even just 2 quarters. Like, that would be pretty devastating. Like, maybe they would make changes. They could be financially worth, or you know what? They would do some fucking publicity stunt.
It'd probably be more, yeah. It'd be more like, oh, take a look at our initiative to no longer use like child labor, and then they still end up using child labor like through some loophole, or just doing it and not telling you, kind of thing.
Yeah,
It's probably the more
sure.
realistic answer.
Yeah.
Because then you also have to
I don't think
contend
Tim
with,
Cook's gonna be like, you know what? Everyone's free. Everyone gets paid. And
Yeah.
Plumbing.
because then Apple wouldn't
And
be making
food.
$800 billion a year. So God forbid.
Yeah, and Tim Cook just took a huge pay cut, right? He made like $100 million last year
Jesus.
with all these different, I don't know what they were, incentives and stock, whatever, blah blah blah. I just saw he made like $100 million last year. He's like, all right, I'm gonna take a little pay cut.
Like, oh, gee, thanks.
Google just laid off, what was it, 12,000 1,000 people,
1,000 people. Yeah.
including 343, Xbox laid off people, Bethesda, which happens especially at the end of a project's life cycle. At the end
Yeah,
of
I
the
feel
game,
like I feel like a lot of
unfortunately.
these layoffs, people will get picked up at different studios like as new projects are happening.
Mhm.
Like I sort of feel like if you're not working on a like existing franchise or an existing IP, like I feel like if you work on a game that isn't going to be the start of a whole new franchise, like I would imagine like you get on it, you work it, and then you're done. And then you get picked up by another studio or the same studio like the next time a project rolls in. So I don't know if that one is like permanent as like Amazon and Apple and everyone else laying off, like Facebook laying off all these tens of thousands of people. Still sucks either way, but
Yeah, no, for sure. And somehow, out of all of that fallout, 343 Industries, the people behind the most recent Halo games, are like, oh no, don't worry, guys. Rumors aren't true. We're still gonna be fucking up Halo for as long as we can. We're still in charge. We got the wheel. We are shit faced drunk, and we are going 1,000 miles an hour. I don't like.
gas.
I'm gonna step on the gas. That's one thing. It's like the only thing I feel like Phil Spencer's done, or so. I mean, I 343 wasn't his choice, right? I don't think he was president of Xbox when Bungie moved away from the Halo franchise, the beloved Halo franchise. Microsoft made 343 Industries just to make Halo games. 4 was okay, 5 was trash, and literally nobody plays Infinite, which is sad because it's free and nobody cares.
Yeah, it was really heartbreaking to see. Like, I think it was the TikTok, or it might have been a post on like Reddit or something like that, where someone was trying to play. I think it was just like ranked Team Slayer, like 4v4 Slayer, and he tried to like matchmake, and like a thing popped up saying like there effectively something along the lines of like there wasn't enough people in the playlist to matchmake. It's like you can't find me seven other people
that's
playing
the
this
number
game
one
to
mode.
matchmake.
Yeah, that's like not being able to find a Grand Prix in Mario Kart. I can't find a race. You know what? Like,
yeah,
and
so
it's
like
a free game. Like that's the craziest part. And that was, within 1 year of its the game's life cycle. So it's really bad. I saw they at one point they had like 8,000 concurrent players on Steam. Like Aliens Fireteam Elite has 8,000 concurrent players, and that game's trash.
What's unfortunate is like I keep hearing that like the people that are like actually still playing it, like people are saying that like it's fun, like it's in a good spot right now, but just like I guess no one's playing it.
It was a fun game. Like I
I'm
enjoyed
down
it.
to play some more Halo. I'll play some Halo.
I'll give it another go, but man, did they really botch it in the beginning. They really did everything they could to just fuck it up. And then they couldn't fulfill any of their promises because they didn't make any I don't know. I feel like they didn't hit any of their quotas. I'm not sure what the exact numbers are, but I'd imagine just based off of the low player count that they're not selling a ton of battle passes. I don't know how many people jumped out of their fucking gamer chairs to spend $60 on a single player campaign, and they're like, "Oh, don't worry, co-op campaign, split screen campaign,
launching in 6 months after this game launched." It's like,
bro,
oh damn.
like what year is it? What fucking year is it? Back in my day, you used to buy a Halo game for $50, and you got all of that stuff was in there.
You got split screen.
How
you
fucking
got
hard
campaign.
is it to play a fucking campaign with one other person?
Apparently impossible. It takes 6 months of developing.
Dude, it took them longer than 6 months, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, the split screen that we promised, yeah, we don't know. It's too hard." They said it was too difficult. Tony Stark did it in a cave with a box of scraps in 2002. But they couldn't figure it out in 2021. I just, boggled my mind, man. Boggled my mind.
Fun fact: the guy that old Obadiah Stane was yelling at, the Tony Stark did this
Yeah.
in a box of scraps with a cave. That guy that he was yelling at, that was little Ralphie from A Christmas Story.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
That's awesome.
Yeah, if you just like if you go and like Google like that, see like it just get like a like look at him as soon as you see him, you go, holy shit, that's Ralphie.
Good for
And
him.
I didn't know until like a couple years ago. Like I was well into my 20s before
And then
I figured that
and then he
out.
comes back in Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah, he makes a little
comes
cameo.
back,
He plays
yeah.
that little scientist guy. Yeah. Old Ralphie.
Good for
He
him.
made
I
it.
wonder if he's still living off that Christmas Story money. I wonder if his agent was good enough to set him up for life.
He's got to, right?
You never know, man. Dude, George Lucas fucked himself out of the toy rights from the first 3 Star Wars movies. He made like no money off Star Wars toys.
Really?
Yeah, it was all what was the it was a toy company, Brenner, I don't know. There was some toy company. George Lucas signed on with them. And I think he was making in the ballpark of like $10,000 a year off Star Wars toys, while the company sold like $100 million worth of toys. It was something. There was some crazy discrepancy like that.
Wasn't that something similar to what
But then he
Alan
was able
McGinnis
to
did?
renegotiate, or he pulled the rights during Phantom Menace, and finally he got those franchising rights.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of like similar to what happened with Alan McGinnis, where George Lucas like offered him like just whatever amount of money for his role, and he turned it down and instead asked for I think like a percentage of not royalty but like
Gross revenue?
yeah,
Box
just like
office
a
revenue?
like yeah, I think it was just like a percentage of like just like I guess like box office sales or like I don't know, like something like that. Where it's like where it basically worked out to like less money up front. But if the movie did well, like he would have gotten like a lot more
Mhm.
money. I think that's what he did. I think it was like something along those lines where like he forewent like a just like a upfront like here's like your money for doing the movie. He's like, nah, give me like I don't know like 2% or like whatever the fuck it was, and like he ended up making a good chunk of money from that. I'm pretty sure.
Hey, good for him.
Yeah.
Dude, a couple actors have done that too, right? Robert Downey Jr. did that with Infinity War and Endgame. Matt Damon passed a 10% cut of the first Avatar movie.
Matt Damon.
That's been circulating. Yeah, George Lucas got $10,000 a year from Star Wars toys, which to date that franchise is worth $14 billion.
Well, how much money was $10,000 in
1976
Yeah.
wasn't 14 billion. I'll tell you that.
Well, no, but it definitely
How
wasn't.
much was it? I don't know, 30, 40 grand. But they were selling
Probably.
like millions of dollars worth of toys.
Well, sure, but like it's one of those things where it's like I'm sure even he didn't think that the movie was going to be like that big.
Well,
So like you end
nobody
up
did. Yeah,
negotiating.
he was.
Right. So it's like it's one of those things where it's like you can't really beat yourself up over it because like nobody knew. But like it's good that he was able to get he was able to kind of like restructure that fairly early on. And it's not like he was hurting for money without those toy sales anyway.
Hey, you don't know his situation, man. He's got a mortgage. He's got kids. He's got a Lamborghini. Like, the shit ain't cheap, dude.
Yeah, so $10,000 in 1976 is equivalent in purchasing power to about $52,000 today.
Okay.
So yeah, getting 52 grand a year.
That's a down payment on the Lambo.
Yeah. Just in the year? And that's not even talking about however much else the fucking movie made back then.
Oh yeah, that I actually don't know. I think it did pretty well. They made
Not
a
like he's
couple
hurting
more
for
after
money.
that.
You know who's gonna be hurting for money? Our boy, not our boy anymore, Justin Roiland. Heard
Hey,
about him?
I don't know the details. That broke my heart. Damn, the original
Yeah.
Star Wars, the budget was $11 million. It grossed $775 million in 1977.
What?
Excuse me, 77.
Holy shit.
Holy fuck balls.
That's a lot. What? 700
Oh,
million?
oh my God.
Is that since then, or that was in that year?
I, but this says box office. I don't know, dude.
I kind of don't think
And
it's
that movie
in
was $3 million
1977.
over budget. Okay, I'm sorry. 550 million during its initial run, and then re-releases brought the total gross to 775 of just A New Hope.
That's
Or does it say
crazy.
yeah, just A New Hope. Pretty good
Crazy.
movie.
It's a lot of
A
money.
little slow at
Back then.
times, but it holds up.
That's a lot of $1976.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm Justin Roiland, voice of
Yeah,
Rick, voice of Morty, co-creator of Rick and Morty, a show that I love. Working with Squanch Games to do what was it? Trevor Saves the Galaxy, Trevor Saves the World,
something like that.
and High on Life, which I recently played on stream and really loved. He's been brought up on charges of what was it? Domestic violence and unlawful imprisonment from
Yeah,
2 or 3 years ago.
there was that, and then apparently he's been like grooming and like pursuing minors.
No.
Yeah, and it's worse than you think. Like there's screenshots of like his like text messages and like Insta DMs and like Twitter DMs to like 14-year-olds.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
fuck, dude.
yeah, like
No.
it's bad. Like it's just straight up worse than you probably think it is. So
Ugh.
that's a real bummer. Never meet your heroes. Like
Oh, man.
I want to look them up, but I don't at the same time.
Oh, yeah, texting somebody explicit stuff. And they were 16 at the time.
Yeah.
Well, that's a crime. Dude. Oh, man.
Yeah, so that was unfortunate to hear.
Well, fuck. Okay. Well, there's that.
Yeah. Yep. So no more Rick and Morty.
Right? That's it, right?
That's all she wrote.
That's really heartbreaking because I really love that show. That's been on. This summer would have been 9 years since it's been on.
Damn, really?
9 years and 6 seasons.
It's almost old enough for him to flirt with it. That's crazy.
Oh my God, Rob. Damn, too soon, bro.
Oh,
No,
man.
just soon enough. That happened like a week or two ago.
Yeah.
That's fucked though. I can't imagine if like the author of One Piece got brought up on those charges, man. We're
Apparently
26 years
that's-
into this story. Like if he Oh my God, dude, he better not be texting anybody. He better be texting his wife and his mom. That's
telling them
it.
I love you.
That's
and,
it.
Yeah.
Oda.
Yeah, I saw a thing recently where like apparently there was who is it that it was like I guess he's like Oda's like mentor. He's like another
Well,
like
he apprenticed, I believe, with the author of Rurouni Kenshin, which was
that
a super
one. Yeah.
popular
Yeah,
series.
yeah. So that guy's a pedophile apparently.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not kidding.
Holy
I found that
fuck,
out like
dude.
2 days ago. Where apparently that guy's like really shitty. Like he was like charged with like they found like terabytes of like child porn on his hard drives. And like he got like not even a slap on the wrist. Like he got effectively like no punishment for it like at all. But apparently like Oda and him are like super tight and like Oda like defends him all the time. And it was just like, damn. Like apparently
He was ordered to pay a fine of $1,800.
Yeah. It's like fucking nothing for like terabytes of child porn possession. Yeah. So that's pretty bad. Pretty bad. All the more reason to separate art from artist.
Yeah, another great example. Honestly, if this is what's going on with Justin Roiland, I can't imagine they do another season of Rick and Morty. He
God,
literally
no.
voices Rick and Morty.
Yeah, no, that show's straight
Let's
up
see.
done.
I mean, you know what? Guilty until proven innocent. The text messages to the 16-year-old are pretty fucking damning.
pretty
I mean,
damning, you know?
you could see screenshots of those online.
Yeah.
I mean, shouldn't have fucking done that. That's gross. The other
Mhm.
charges, I don't know. He's going to be judged by a jury of his peers.
Yeah, for legal purposes, I won't be making any assumptions until I hear otherwise.
Yeah.
But hearing about everything else, I kind of have my idea of where that all is going to go. So that's a bummer.
Yeah. No, this whole thing about Nobuhiro Watsuki, the author of Rurouni Kenshin, it's pretty gross.
Yeah, it's very gross.
It's pretty gross. He had child porn DVDs. It's pretty fucking gross.
Yeah, like a
Which
lot.
actually has a
Like
very
lot.
light. I mean, I don't know how I could comment on this, but it seemed like the sentencing could be 1.5 years in prison and a fine of up to like $9,000.
Which
That
does
seems
not
pretty light. I feel like
seem-
in the States, man,
Oh, dude, you get
they throw the book at you,
annihilated.
rightfully so.
And then you get your fucking shit beat in prison. Because people don't fuck around with child sex crimes in prison.
Dude, but reoffense in that category is unfortunately very high.
Yeah.
From what I've learned through true crime podcasts over the last 7 years. Yeah, some scary statistics there. Anyway, we don't have to get into that. On a happier note, hey, Alec, on a happier note, dude, we've been playing too much Risk of Rain. Get the nude altar. We gotta go to the bazaar,
dude.
I need more legendary items. You got lunar coins?
I have over 100 lunar coins, dude.
They're worthless now.
I have so many lunar dollars. It's crazy.
Oh, where are my headphones? I just opened up my little headphone thing to like fidget with it. There's no headphones in the capsule. It's very unlike me.
Maybe Big Cry took them.
Fucker. They would blend right in with his cute little snow white fur.
Little shit.
I want you to know that since we started doing this, I walk around the city or like when I'm fucking out and about, I see stuff and I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to tell Rob when we're live and pre-recorded. You know what I mean? So, the other day, and this is a true story, I watched a man on the subway sneeze violently into the palms of his hands. He formed a BAME mask over his face. And then he took his hands away and then unfolded them like the menu in a restaurant to inspect the damage on the train. And I was maybe 8 feet away, and I went, ugh. And then I walked away.
Did you then proceed to like jerk off the like handrail?
Yeah. And then he touched every available surface.
Every available surface.
Did I ever tell you about the foot guy Jumpy and I once saw at Grand Central? There was a man,
so.
and I feel bad because this foot did not look good, Robert. At first I thought it was a cast. At first I thought he had a red cast on. And as I got closer, I realized that he had skin that kind of reminds me of the infected clicker monsters from The Walking Dead. Very callous, bulbous, toad-like, yet bone-dry flesh.
Bone-dry.
On a bloated leg. And I think like his ankle and the bottom of his foot was wrapped up, and he had these crusty ogre toes with long just smoky yellow toenails protruding out of the top of them.
Yum.
Little bit of blood, definitely some sores on the feet. And he was picking at his feet. Okay. I mean, the feet, this foot, I didn't get a good look at the other foot. But this foot needed attending for sure. So I mean, he was taking care of it on the 7 train.
Ugh.
And Alex and I, we're standing a distance, and we're both like, ugh. We feel bad, like, judging. Okay, how could you not? But also, I'm definitely empathetic. Like, I don't have any like cortisone cream on me or like anything I could offer him at the time. You know, there's not a lot I could do for this guy, and God forbid he touches me. You know, we're gonna have to do an emergency amputation.
This is the scene from Monsters Inc. There's like 3819.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Full body shave, full skin transplant, head to toe.
douse you in boiling water.
And then so this guy's picking, he's picking. And then he just, dude, he willed himself over to the doors of the train. And then I swear to God, Robert, he made the greatest effort he could to touch every inch of the available handrail at the door of the 7 train in Grand Central Station. And I was just like, holy Lord. Like, I'm going to touch that. Then I'm going to touch my phone. Then I'm going to go home and wash my hands. But then I'm going to touch my phone. And then I'm going to put that hand in a bag of chips. And then I'm going to put that chip in my mouth.
And suck those fingers clean.
Dude, like, that was the day I was like, I was like humbled by the concrete jungle where dreams go to die. I realized that no surface is safe.
No, none of it.
I think that was the day I
God,
truly became a germaphobe.
You can't be a germaphobe living in New York City.
Like, I've seen people even recently eating bone-in chicken wings on the subway, Robert. Bro, do you know how involved it is to eat fucking chicken wings on them? Oh my God.
Boneless I'm okay with, but bone in, yeah, like that's a lot.
Boneless, you use a fucking fork. They're usually tossed in sauce. You don't eat those with your fingers.
Well, no,
you can.
But
then the next thing to do is lick them clean.
Immediately after touching.
Not
the
on my
handrails.
train. I'm flabbergasted. And I don't know if these people are gross or maybe they just have like the greatest immune systems. Maybe nothing can hurt them.
The answer is yes.
They are
gross
the vaccine.
And they've got great. They are the vaccine.
Or maybe this guy ate the chicken wings. He's like, man, I got a sore throat. It must have gotten bad chicken. Like, no, dude. You have no idea what you're touching. Putting in your mouth. You know,
you get fucking foot rot in your mouth.
Bro, I've never seen a foot like this before, dude.
He probably had fucking like leprosy, dude.
I feel bad for him. Things were not going. Oh my God, I forgot about dude. He got off the train. I hate to laugh, but he got off the train. Got on the escalator on his wheelchair and just with both hands gripped the rubber railings moving upward. And then he just leaned back and rode the escalator, which, no joke, is probably like 60 feet up into Grand Central Station. I was like, oh, great. Now I'm going to hold that escalator rail. Then I'm going to high five Alex. And then, I don't know, she's going to buy a cookie at Starbucks. And now she's got foot and mouth disease. That's why they call it that.
Yeah, that's where it came from, dude. Yeah, the same disease in your mouth that you do on your feet. You got athlete's foot in the mouth. You got athlete's mouth. You ever had athlete's mouth before?
I don't. Actually, I did once. Let me tell you about this. I once got the. Is it hoof and mouth disease? I got the Coxsackie virus, which is.
Excuse me?
It's called the Coxsackie virus. And it is sores in your mouth, and it's almost like strep. It's like super strep throat with canker sores all over the place. And the reason I got this was because when I was 13 years old, I was in 8th grade. We took a class trip to the park. It was like a senior trip. It was like one of the last days of schools. And there was like a creek in town in the park. And me just not understanding how the world works, I dove into the creek, not realizing there's sewer runoff in the creek.
No.
And I
Ew.
was bedridden for almost a full week of my life afterwards. This is a true story. It was like the next day I was like just
Bro, that's how
fucking-
people died on the Oregon Trail, bro.
Yeah.
And you just
No,
fucking
seriously, I
sent
needed
it.
heavy antibiotics. Sores on
Damn.
my tongue, dude, my throat closed. I was really messed up, dude. I was really
Yeah,
messed up.
you had creek mouth. That's what you had.
I got
you
poop
had,
mouth.
you had you,
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, water." And
you had
I
terminal poop
literally
mouth, dude.
dove into the creek.
You had early onset.
Oh yeah, there's
Poop
turtles in the
mouth.
creek too. For sure.
That's gross. You ever smell a turtle tank? That's what your mouth probably
Gross,
smelled like.
dude. It's funny, as I get older, I always wanted a snake, and I'm like, man, one day I'm gonna own like a Dumerils boa or like a green tree boa or like a beautiful snake. I would love to get a snake. And as I get older, I'm like, it's gonna be such a pain in the ass, and it's gonna smell. And I don't think I want to be a snake owner. I think I just want to have pictures of snakes on my phone that I look at from time to time. You know?
I'm more of a snakes on my plane kind of guy.
Yeah. What a transition, this guy.
You like that?
It's a good.
That's why they pay me
I got
the
it
big
on
bucks.
DVD, dude. You come visit next month, bro. I'm
We're
gonna have that
running
baby
it back, dude.
fired up. I just need
We're
you to bring a
running it back.
DVD player. I don't have a DVD player.
Wait, you're on PlayStation.
I do have a PlayStation 4, but it's in the back. It's in the deepest, darkest corner under the bed, like packed away. So it'd probably be easier for you to just bring a DVD player on the plane with you, honestly.
Probably would be. What about did you go discless on the PS5?
Discless, baby.
Damn.
Dude, name your price, PlayStation. That's what I have to pay.
You truly don't have a way to watch a DVD. That's crazy.
And
Yo,
Alex
Best Buy,
and I,
how much are DVD player? How much are external DVD?
I don't want one. I really don't.
You don't want one for the several DVDs you own?
Several, dude. I wouldn't be surprised if between Alex and myself, we own 500 DVDs
Oh my god.
with a 0% desire to watch any one of them.
Okay, but hear me out.
Okay.
$23
In a couple minutes.
$23 on Amazon. You could buy yourself an external
I don't want one.
USB 3.0.
It's just gonna sit under the TV until the day that I move. And I'm gonna unplug it. I'm gonna wrap the wires around it and just put it in a box with a bunch of other shit we don't use.
Frisbee it out your window onto the beach.
I'll leave it in the lobby and it'll be gone in 4 seconds. I'll like put it down. There's like a mantle in the lobby where people like leave shit, and I'll turn
What's his
around
name?
and it'll be gone.
What's his name? Tony? Is that your landlord?
No, Tony's
What
our
am I thinking
neighbor.
of?
He's a nice guy. He has parents.
Okay.
Alfredo is the building super, and he is also a really nice guy.
Tony
fans of
sounds
these
like a
guys.
guy that would totally go for a free DVD player.
Honestly, there's no one. I take it back. Our upstairs neighbors, and I'm gonna say this quietly because I don't even know. I don't know what they can hear. The walls in this building are thick. I'll give it to them. These plaster walls are thick. Our neighbors make me want to put the M&M blunderbuss just deep into my mouth. They make me want to have like a python mouth like wrapped around the front of the blunderbuss. You can picture it, because the blunderbuss, it's like 8 inches wide, right?
Yeah, it's like a trumpet bell.
And
It's
I just
got
want to blow
a big-
M&Ms right into my mouth,
That honestly sounds delicious.
right?
That's the most delicious way to commit.
Dude, that green M&M's gonna get me blowing something else. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo.
I'm sorry. You seen those Vans?
God
You
damn.
seen those sensible shoes? No,
Incredible.
the upstairs neighbors, they have young children. Okay. That's fine. You're allowed to have those. But the young children has a bongo or some sort of drum. And
Like, actually?
I'm being completely fucking serious. And the drum is placed. I'm turning into fucking goddamn. Now all I can think is Alec Baldwin. Not Alec Baldwin. Not Steve Buscemi. It's been a long day, dude. I woke up at 2:30 in the morning to get to work on time. Christopher Walken. He's got a drum. He puts the drum on the floor.
He's got a drum that he beats.
He does bingos, bongos all day long.
Wow.
Like,
all
I don't
day.
know, put a rug down. Put the bongo on a bed. Put the bongo on the kid's bed. That would muffle a lot of sound. The bongo is on the floor, which is my ceiling. And it's rattling my brain.
Straight on the floor.
And what do if I go up there and I knock on the door, I'm going to be polite, dude. You trust me, you want to get into an altercation with me because I'm going to start off sweet as sugar. Because I'm the kind of guy, like, I just want to go home. Like, getting into an altercation with people, I'm never interested. I want to just, like, let's calm down. Let's be cool. Whatever problems we're having right now, probably very solvable. You know what I mean? Oh, you stepped on my shoe. Oh, man, you cut me in line. Like, all right. Like, we're going to fix this. We're going to fix this.
Yeah, you're diplomatic. That's a good trait to have.
Truly, I am. Unless we're playing Overwatch together, then get your fucking shit together and group up, you know?
Truly.
Everything else, all the real life stuff, that I can handle very well.
Stop trickling.
We're trickling.
We're trickling and we don't have hit scan. We need to tighten our shit up. Knock it off.
You're giving me PTSD right now. I could picture a Junkrat just shooting at a Pharah in the air and just missing every shot, you know? It's painful. Yeah. I know if I go up there and things don't go well, they're going to have these kids spitefully bongo. Do I file a noise complaint? I kind of want to do that.
What if you do like the sneaky route? So like the next time you guys order pizza, order a second pizza. And then when it gets there, you run it upstairs to them and be like, hey, I don't know if we met. I live underneath you guys. We actually ordered pizza for dinner and the driver gave us somebody else's pizza by mistake. So we have an extra pizza. Would you guys want it? And then you slowly sow the seeds of like, hey, you got somebody underneath you that's not a complete
It's such a good idea,
dickhead.
Rob. It's such a good idea. I'm just worried it's going to be seen as creepy.
It's
like,
free pizza.
What's in the pizza?
I don't know. What'd you order?
I'm.
We talking pep, bacon, like what?
I was thinking like Rufalin or some sort of drug, but
why would you order that from a pizza
No,
place?
Hypothetically, if
if
I had nefarious intent.
But you don't. That's the point. You're trying to show them that you're not a nefarious individual.
I would buy them a pizza if they just stopped drumming on the fucking floor.
Well, that's right. That's the point, right?
And you know what?
And so maybe they go, oh man, this guy's
you see your fucking 3-year-old banging on the fucking floor. And you're like, oh hey, people live down there.
Yeah, like I had that exchange with my leasing office. Like when I first moved in, like the people above me, they've actually, kudos to them. They've been a lot better like the past like month or so. But like when I first moved in here, dude, they were so fucking loud, and I had to like write to my office like multiple times and be like, y'all, these people above me are out of control. And they're like, oh yeah, well we'll talk to them. It's like, all right, cool. Nothing changed. I email them again. They go, okay, like we'll talk to him again. They talk to him again. It still doesn't change. And I'm like, guys, like this shit's not getting any better. And like, oh, well, like, they have a kid, like they mentioned that they have a kid, like whatever.
Oh, they didn't mention
and,
it.
like,
I could hear them through the. Oh, you're talking about your people.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so,
dude, enough with the kids. All right.
Right. It's just no more
Send
kids.
them to the boarding school. Just
China was right.
With.
And so like they were, and it's like they mentioned that like, they have a kid. Like, okay, cool. So like, if you're a parent to this kid and you see this kid like heel toe sprinting across your fucking apartment, like heavy footed as fuck, like how do you not have like the forethought and the wherewithal to be like, hey, well, yeah, don't do that. Like there's people living underneath us.
Mm-hmm.
Like how do you think that level of noise is okay knowing there's somebody living underneath you? Like that's crazy to me. I walk like a kitten and I'm on the ground floor. Like I could not possibly make that much noise knowing I lived above somebody.
It's definitely inconsiderate, to say the least.
It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And poor
Moral
Alex.
of the story is stop having kids.
Or just don't be a fucking asshole if you live in a fucking apartment building. If you live
That's it.
anywhere with neighbors. If you live in the woods and you can't see a neighbor on either side of you, go nuts. Who are you gonna upset? The birds? Fuck them. They're not even
Fuck those
real.
birds.
But the apartment complex, like, come on. I wonder what else is going on in this building. There's 72 units in this building.
It's a lot of units.
It's a lot of people being fucking assholes. And Alex and I trying our best. Sometimes, Rob, I'll be honest, and I'm going to admit this on the podcast, and some people might judge me, and I'm going to hold myself accountable. Sometimes, when I'm taking out the recycling, I'll put paper in the cans thing, and some cans will end up falling in the paper thing, and I just leave it in there.
Wow.
So,
yikes. You couldn't have waterboarded that information.
I'm the problem, it's me. Yeah. You couldn't. How did this get here? It's a box of salsa.
This is in your trash can.
It's for bottles and aluminum.
Someone planted it there.
Aluminum. I think that's the only bad thing I do at this apartment place.
Do you second guess the fuck out of yourself when you're throwing away mixed garbage between like garbage and recycling, or are you normal?
Yeah, every fucking time. Because when I'm like, is it recyclable? Is it not? And I'll rinse stuff. I rinse plastic stuff because I know you're not supposed to have like food waste on plastic stuff, or any sort of thing, because then it can't be recycled. Like I make an effort, and then I'm like, it's all going to a fucking landfill in Staten Island. Like, I don't know much about the trash process, but I can't imagine it's very efficient. If I know anything about any sort of infrastructure, it's probably not great.
Yeah, probably not. Because it's like, you're like, oh, like my sandwich came in like a paper and plastic like little like bag. It's like, is this trash or is this recycle? It's like, oh, I have this like paper cup that I got my drink in. Like, is this trash or is this recycle? I have this apple core. Is this trash or recycle? It's like, where does it end? How are you supposed to know? You know, just throw it all. I just throw it all in the trash. That's what I do.
It's tough. Yeah, it's a tough call to make. Honestly, I don't know how New York State does or the city does with stuff like that. I hope so. I'm a little pessimistic. I don't know if you guys could, tell by my inflection and outlook, but
I've always wondered, on a scale of like banana peel to like plastic bottle, like how biodegradable does something have to be before it's not considered littering, or before it is considered littering?
I know how dangerous it could be for a car to hit a banana peel, but I'll throw a banana peel out the window. It's been a long time. I probably haven't done that maybe in like 10 years, but when I was younger and commuting to college, I would eat bananas in the morning and I'd throw the peel out the window. Then I would always just picture the car behind me just like skidding out of control. Yeah. But I was like, oh, it's like the birds are gonna eat it.
Right,
because like helpful. I did that once with my mom in the car and she went ballistic.
Like, you're fertilizing, like if you throw it like out in like the grass, like you're fertilizing the grass, you're giving food to like the ants and the birds and the little squirrels, like whatever, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, like is that considered littering?
Probably. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. If there's any doubt, it's littering. I won't throw trash like in the street. Like that I don't like. In New York, if you have stuff that's usable, I mean, people will go through your trash. There's a lot of people who collect bottles as a way of getting income, for sure. Which is another reason why I try and keep them all consolidated too. But New York, oh my God, we had an old table in the attic, my grandmother's attic. We put that out, and a set of Venetian blinds, and we put those out too. Dude, within the hour, Didi called me. She's like, the table's gone. I couldn't believe it. The table had seen like 30 years of drawing and painting and all this stuff, and it was not in good shape. Gone. Which honestly makes me happy. Like, if someone's gonna use that table, maybe restore it. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I mean, because like what, you just fucking sand it down, give it a new coat of paint.
Yeah, and honestly, anytime I've moved out of the city, dude, oh my God, when I lived in a 5-bedroom duplex when I moved to Brooklyn, and the amount of stuff we put on the curb, I mean, could have filled like an entire aisle of an IKEA warehouse. And people were coming round the clock with trucks to take the stuff away. We should have gotten a fine from the city. Never got it. Because the stuff, it all disappeared.
It was all gone before anyone
Some
could
of
fucking
it,
see
we would
it.
put it on the curb, and people would, like, walking by and be like, is that free? We'd be like, yeah,
Okay,
like,
you
please
want
take
that?
it. They'd be like, oh, fuck. And people would just grab it. Dude, Matt had a big statue of Bane from The Dark Knight Rises that I gave him years ago. And he was like, you mind if I put this out on the curb? It was still in the box, too. I was like, put it out, man. And sure enough, some guy, like, walking by was like, is this free? He's like, yeah. He's like, and it's in here? He's like, yeah, just the statue's in there. I don't really need a Bane statue in my life. And the guy was so excited. We, like, made his day. He got free Bane.
Hell yeah.
And I felt great about it.
That happened to me with
Love it.
when I was moving. No, I wasn't moving. When I was in the house we were at before this last apartment. I had just like a normal like queen size bed. Like I wasn't like super happy with it, and I saw like one of those, like the fucking mattress in a vacuum sealed roll up bag.
Oh,
Like one of those like
yeah.
mattresses. They're so good, and I ended up buying one of those, and so I had this spare mattress that I didn't need, and I'd kept it in like it's like those like waterproof like mattress covers. It was like a full like zip up, like it wasn't like a mattress cover. It was like a full like it entirely encased the whole mattress like zip up like cover.
Why the waterproof cover?
It like helps with like if you like sweat in your sleep or like whatever. It's just to help protect like the mattress itself from
But then aren't you like swimming in it?
No, it wasn't. It's like it's breathable, but like it's like waterproof, like liquid proof.
I don't understand.
So like, I don't know. It's fucking black magic. I don't know, but it's just like it's a cover just meant to like protect like the mattress itself from like spills or pee-pees or.
I thought the mattress was just
whatever.
a big sleep sponge. That's the way I've been
Ew.
treating my mattress. Bro, I woke up so sweaty this morning. I don't know what.
That's why you need a fucking mattress
drenched,
cover,
dude. I didn't even need to shower when I woke up because it was like I just came out of one.
That's vile. That's disgusting. But so like I was it's like obviously I took like the mattress cover off, so I was keeping the mattress cover, but I put the like like when you're moving they get like the giant plastic bags to like put your mattress in, and so like I like put like one of those like mattress like cover bags, like taped it up, and then I was bringing it out to the curb to like put it out like for trash. Like as I was bringing it out, like one of my neighbors like 2 houses down, they're like, "Are you getting rid of that?" I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Could we like have it?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "It's been kept in like a mattress protector like since day one. Like no bed bug. Like it's it's good. Like it's perfectly fine." And they're like, "Yeah." I was like, "Hell yeah! Like I'll help. Can you help me like bring it back to my house?" I was like, "Yeah." It's like sure. And it was like it was like a family that had I think like their like the like a daughter or something like that. Like a daughter and their kid was like staying with them, and so they're like converting their garage into like another like living area. So I'm like, yeah, here's fucking free queen size mattress. Like, go for it. Like, it's not a great mattress, but like it's a mattress, like it's not a
Good for
bad
them,
mattress.
yeah. Queen, you get
So they
two
just
people
scored a
on there for
fucking
sure.
yeah. So they scored like a free bed. I was like, yeah, fucking have at it.
Nice, you help some people.
Yeah,
That's great.
like I wouldn't go for a secondhand mattress, but like
No, secondhand mattress and secondhand graphics card and processor. Those are things I just don't fuck with.
just stay away.
Even secondhand undies you could wash. You can't wash a mattress.
No, they don't fit in the washing machine.
Also, secondhand hot toys. Like, you're like, oh, it looks good in the picture. Something's always fucking wrong with it. There's a little chip here, a little nick here, a little paint missing somewhere. Fuck that. Anyway.
Fuck it.
Yeah, no, Alex is honestly, she's pulled some great furniture off of the streets. We just wipe it down. What?
Yeah,
dude, our neighbors across the street once were moving out. They had it was like a brand new IKEA dresser, like a really nice dresser. They were like, yeah, no, we don't want it. You could just have it. All right, cool. Just walked it over across the street. Like, oh, great, new dresser.
Fuck yeah,
It's
dude.
honestly like one. I don't want to sound like a bum, but it's free furniture, and honestly, it's preventing it from ending up in a landfill. So what's
Yeah,
gonna happen
literally.
is, A, someone else is gonna take it, or B, if the truck comes and they throw it on, it's going to a landfill in Pennsylvania, Staten Island. Staten Island might be full, or it's going to Ohio, Virginia, wherever the hell the landfills are.
Could Staten Island ever get full, or does it just make more island? Right?
I don't. That's a Pete Davidson question. I really don't know.
Yo,
You
get
got to
Pete
talk
on
to
the
the
phone.
king. Yeah.
Can Jumpy get Pete on the phone? Can we figure this
I
out?
feel like she could. She's cool enough where she could get Pete on the phone.
Do you think she can get Pete on the podcast?
With time and effort, maybe.
Okay.
I feel like she's rubbed elbows with Pete before. She's definitely met Pete, but I don't think I don't think they're on like a first name basis. They might. I don't know. I honestly, this is a question for her. We need to get her on the podcast. Before we get Pete Davidson on the podcast, we need to get Jazz on the podcast.
We do.
The genre
We need to do
and the woman.
Oh wait, we should ask Sage to make us like a jazzy intro,
Ooh, yeah.
so we can have the genre and the person on the podcast.
Oh my god. And then we could Photoshop Jazz onto like a jazz album cover with like a fedora and a saxophone, maybe some sunglasses. Sunglasses like lowered a little bit so you see her eyes. She's feeling smooth.
Yeah, and like a smoky like piano bar.
I would, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I love this.
We'll just do a whole episode on like movies. We'll tear apart the witch. She'll defend it. We'll expose our very black and white taste in movies. It'll be great.
Yeah. I need to keep watching more movies. There's a bunch in 2022 that I missed, so I'll catch up on those too. And movie night this week, you said you're not going to be around. So
Potential.
I got to figure it out.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I'll try and figure it out, cuz I need to talk with somebody tomorrow and find out like exactly what my schedule is expected to be. You know what? I'm not going to be around.
Okay.
Cuz we're doing like a work dinner.
Dude, enjoy, man.
I just remembered.
That's all right. I'll hold down the fort. We'll watch something good.
Don't watch anything too good though.
Nothing too. Just
Watch something good, but
enough.
not too good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? Maybe we could watch The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent with Nicolas Cage and Pedro Pascal. Because you fucking hate Nicolas Cage.
I fucking hate
And
Nicolas
I really
Cage.
wanted to see that movie.
I always feel bad when I veto your Nicolas Cage movies.
There's only been two. One of them was Willy's Wonderland, and we watched the last 10 minutes.
Oh my god,
I feel like I got
so
the full
bad.
experience. That was pretty bad.
So bad.
And the other one was Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. So
Yeah.
I'm not like a huge Nicolas Cage fan. I want to watch The Whale. I know that's gonna be a very sad.
Yeah, like I do, but like it's just everything I've seen, it's just like it's so soul crushingly sad.
Might have to be a separate movie night. I think. Maybe a separate viewing. Movie night. Not that
Saturday.
everything needs to be light and happy, but we've
there's,
done the very visceral dramas before for movie night, and everyone, as you could believe, just left really fucking sad.
Yeah.
So maybe we don't have to do that.
Maybe an unsanctioned movie night.
There's also the Weird Al movie. I want to see The Fablemans, which I think is that's about Steven Spielberg, right?
That sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Fableman.
Or at
What's
least
this about?
some of it is it's loosely based off his own adolescence. Yeah.
Young Sammy Fableman falls in love with movies after his parents take him to see the greatest show on earth. Armed with a camera, Sammy starts to make his own films at home, much to the delight of his supportive mother. It's got Paul Dano.
Yeah. So that'll be. We'll see.
Interesting.
Looks a little happier than The Whale. God, I love Brendan Fraser. We need to do a Brendan Fraser Appreciation Month.
I'm down. Do you like The Mummy? Was that 1 and 2?
Mummy, Encino Man,
Bedazzled, Encino Man,
Georgia the Jungle.
Georgia the Jungle. What a good movie.
I still need to finish Everything Everywhere All at Once too. I fell asleep, which was not the movie's fault. I was just too tired. And
Did you fall asleep like toward like the middle or the end? Do you remember where?
I think it was in the middle. Honestly, I got horizontal while we were watching that movie, and it was
a wrap.
I just couldn't keep up. And I was enjoying it too.
It's so good. Like the end is like, it ties together so well. It's surprisingly a very like moving like movie.
Yeah. All right. So maybe in the next couple weeks, let me prioritize getting caught up with some movies. We'll pitch it to Jazzy Jazz. Maybe get a first guest star on. I feel like she's owed because we spent like the first 4 podcasts just referencing her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want her on. She's got good takes.
She's a good talker.
Jazz
too.
is pretty funny. She's a good talker. Very insightful.
Great talker.
Except for when she's wrong. Then talk not so good. But the rest of the time, good talk. When she says stuff that I like, good talk.
Great talk. But when she gets on the witch train,
I don't want to beat her up too much about that. I feel like we've said all we have to say.
At this point, it's more of just like the meme of like the witch sucked.
Yeah.
You know?
The witch sucked. I know. She left me Blu-rays by the stairs. But she knows I care.
Oh man. But no, she's definitely, she sees enough movies where we can spend a lot of time talking movies.
She sees a lot of movies.
Talking to actors. I'm sure she's gonna.
Oh, we gotta talk
about
Last of Us
Succession.
too. You know what? Maybe we'll wait when Jazz gets on. We'll talk Last of Us.
Yeah, I'd be cool with that. Do we know how many episodes are in this season? Is it 9 episodes?
I thought it was 8. I'm actually not 100% sure. 9. You were right. 9.
Okay.
Dude, and Mandalorian season 3 starts March 1st. That got a new trailer last week.
That should be like right in time for us to be wrapping Last of Us.
Yeah, and we gotta finish fucking Full Metal Alchemist so we could watch Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
Whole thing's available dubbed and subbed on Hulu.
What about Chopped and Screwed?
I mean, I'll take it if you're talking about a Cobb salad. Bring it on, baby.
God,
remember that time you yelled at me for having Cobb salad? You're like,
I didn't yell at you for having Cobb salad.
Oh man, this Cobb salad's great, and you're like, yeah, it's because it's 1,000 calories on top of a bed of lettuce. I was like, all right, dude.
Yeah, it's just, I'm just saying that's why it's good. You know. Look, it's just like Oreo Thins. I want you to know like how this is all playing out. Like I need you to know why.
Dude, I've got no delusions about it. I just, you know what? I wanted you to enable me. You didn't. That's that. That's where we are.
I'll only enable you when it makes sense.
That's fair. I'll take it.
I will not allow you to pay more money for less cookie. I simply will not. And that's just because I'm a good friend.
Dude, we gotta unpack that one more time. We'll do a special episode. Big Cookie's control on the current market.
Big Cookie is exerting far too much control over the cookie market.
Mm-hmm.
And it's time somebody talked about it.
Yeah. Honestly, hopefully we could just get it to go viral and just bring attention to what's really important in people's lives.
Truly.
Fuckable candy. And
thin cookies.
Yeah, and thin cookies.
Yeah.
Thin, expensive cookies. Pack of Oreos, $5 at Stop and Shop. It seems like
bad.
That's not bad. It seems like too much.
Really?
I don't know anymore.
We talking normal? We talking double stuff?
Like they're just like completely synthetic. Like there's no ingredient. There's no, I don't know. It's just all chemicals.
Hey, those chemicals needed to be synthesized by somebody. Okay?
I guess so.
All right, at my grocery store, a thing of Yeah, just normal Oreos. 5.13. I feel like that's
All
not
right, market
crazy.
price. I don't really
Oh
buy
my
Oreos.
God,
I
this
just
is
wait for my in-laws
ridiculous.
to buy me packs of Oreos as a gift.
All right, so Oreos, normal Oreos, 20 cents an ounce.
Okay.
Thin Oreos, 36 cents an ounce.
Ooh, almost double.
Almost double per ounce. And this is people are running to the store to buy these. And it's simply unacceptable.
Oh my God.
For the record, I don't have anything against the Oreo thins themselves, like as a concept.
They're not as good as standard Oreos, I'll say that.
Oh, I believe that. But like as a cookie, I'm not upset at them. It's the fact that they cost 16 cents an ounce more.
Mm-hmm.
That is unbelievable.
Who owns Oreo? Nestle? Nabisco.
Nabisco?
Who owns Nabisco?
Probably Nestle. Statistically, it's a safe bet to guess Nestle.
Parent organizations Kraft Foods. Mondelez International. Okay.
Here's hoping Nestle does not own Kraft Foods.
The Philip Morris companies. I don't know, man. This whole thing's a conglomerate. Who owns Philip Morris?
It's just like they're subsidiaries
Hunter
of
Biden.
subsidiaries. Yo, we need his laptop. We gotta figure out his business dealings.
We need his laptop.
I don't know about you, but I'm excited for 2 years of Hunter Biden investigations by the GOP House. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I don't. What did he do? Shady shit overseas? I've never heard of a politician doing that before. This is unprecedented.
Crazy.
Get the biggest funnel you got. We need tax dollars going to it now.
Wait, a private citizen making a mistake? We need the government to investigate.
Hang on. Next, you're gonna tell me he's got I almost said counterfeit. What's the word I'm looking for?
Classified.
It's been a long day, Rob. He's got classified documents in his guest bathroom.
That would at least be
next to the old Game Informers.
Yo, Biden's a gamer, bro. No one knows.
It's a gamer. The One Piece is real, man. You heard it from Queen Elizabeth herself.
She knows, dude. And they killed her for it. Nobody actually knows that.
Oh, man.
She knew and they fucking killed her for it.
But doodly. There's a fucking conspiracy I could get behind.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Printed it.
Queen Elizabeth II knew the location of the One Piece treasure.
And they fucking killed her for it.
Blackbeard went straight to the palace. Oh, what a good series. Rob, when are you going to start reading it, man? You're only 1,079 chapters.
Never.
It's so
that
good.
Is not what
it's so good.
Would you
do it for me? Would you do it for your boy?
I don't think I could.
Just read the first 45 volumes. Tell me what you think.
There's so many volumes. How many chapters per volume?
It's not even halfway. At least 10.
Oh my god.
We're 104 volumes right now. That's not bad.
You want me to read 450 chapters of an anime about a bubblegum pirate child?
He's gonna be king of the pirates.
He tells himself confidently.
Believe it.
Believe it. Yo, you want to talk about a shame? It's a shame that you never got into Naruto.
That's no, man. I am not missing out.
You really are,
not missing out. Good old Matt Keenan read the whole thing. He gave me the gist.
Oh, it's so good.
He gave me the gist. I'm all up to date.
There's so many hype moments in that show. It's unbelievable.
Dude, not as hype as One Piece though.
I can guarantee you,
it's the greatest of all time.
Oh.
It's number one, and I think was it Chainsaw Man is the number 2 manga in Japan right now.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, still ongoing. Jujutsu Kaisen was up there as well. A couple sports mangas I didn't recognize. I think My Hero was on the list. I'm not even sure. My Hero's not my favorite right now. But One Piece, Finally, some good fucking food. All right, dude. How about we put a pin in it here? We'll pick it up next week. This weekend.
This weekend.
Yeah.
We're recording 2 episodes 1 week.
Yeah, I'm sorry, friends. We missed out on the Sunday episode. We're trying to get them out Sunday or Monday. We'll be a little more consistent moving forward. That's on me. It's 100% on me. Rob is ready to go. Me?
Look, we're all busy sometimes, you know? It's okay.
And if it sounds like I have brain damage today, that's because I got like 2.5 hours of sleep last night. So I had to watch The Last of Us, and then I laid down in bed, and then I watched an episode of Intervention, and then I fell asleep, and my alarm went off at 2:30. So, you boys trying.
Horrible.
I'm trying my best. That's all right.
That sounds terrible.
Dude, I got maximum value out of this day. I'll say that.
Yeah, that's a good silver lining, actually. I popped 3 melatonies, and I was out.
Melatonin.
Ever heard of him? My boy Melatoni? I was out.
I love that for you, man. I might get some sleepy time tea going tonight. I'm trying to hibernate.
Yeah,
I want a fat 8 hours. I'm locking the cats out.
Putting in some earplugs.
Put some cotton balls in my mouth. I don't want to hear. I don't want to see. I don't want to taste.
You don't want no poop mouth. You don't want foot and mouth disease.
Dude, Coxsackie virus. Look it up, man. Google images.
How do I spell that?
I don't.
Is it how it sounds?
You gotta sound it out, yeah. I want you to Google image search the word Coxsackie. For medical reasons.
Virus. What do we get? Oh, okay. It's actually closer to how you would think it's spelled than what I spelled.
Yeah. It's gross though. Take my word for it. Don't stream in the local stream. Don't stream the stream. Yeah, dude, it's from the fucking Merrill Park Creek. I told my friends who grew like years later, I was telling some of my friends who grew up in that area, I was like, yeah, I dove in that creek, and everyone was like, oh, what?
Ew.
My clothes on and everything, dude.
What the fuck?
Just took a little dip. I just wanted to be a cool kid, you know? I'm not even kidding. I wanted to be a clown and get attention.
My cat is licking the crumbs of food out of her bowl.
Bro, feed your cat, dude.
Bro, she's thick. You don't need more food.
Dude, my girl's thick, too. When we got her, she was 6 pounds. I think she's clocking in at 11. She's almost doubled her body mass in 6 months.
I fucking love that for her.
Alex hates it. I'm okay with it.
So apparently, according to this Google article, Coxsackie viruses are the cause of foot and mouth disease. So you know how like the common cold is a coronavirus?
Okay.
Or like the flu is a corona, or one of the two, however the fuck that works. Like coronavirus isn't a virus. It's like the thing that like, coronaviruses are its own class.
Yeah.
So same thing with Coxsackie viruses. It says Coxsackie viruses are the major cause of hand, foot. Oh, you get hands in there too? Damn, you get hand, foot, and mouth syndrome. Damn, you got all 3.
Luckily, no wiener. If it was hand, foot, wiener, mouth, cow, hoof, bird flu, then it would be really bad. You don't want to get that
dude,
one.
Call the CDC, dude. You got hand, foot, wiener,
everything.
You got, oh my god, you got ass to mouth disease. It's a global pandemic.
You got bangsitis. This is when your bangs are inflamed and like you can't see. They're like in your eyes all day.
Bro, that was your fucking sideburns day. You had sideburnosis, bro.
I started telling you about my day. I didn't finish. First of all, my call time to be on set was 5 a.m. Okay, fuck you. I get there on time. Holding's locked. Great. Lights are on. Literally no one's home. Then somebody, just a random PA is like walking down the street. They're like, oh, they just changed the location. Like just now. It's like a couple blocks away. I'm like, okay,
you gotta
great.
be in Jersey in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, right. So I get there. I go through. I did a fitting on Friday. I did a full costume fitting. I drove to the studio. Oh, where I fought with the head of security at Steiner Studio, and I'm very proud of this. And I think you're gonna be proud of me too, because I go to park into the studio like I've done for many years, and I did last Tuesday, to work on Fallout. Pretty cool. And they're like, "Oh, you can't park in here." I'm like, okay. So I park outside of the studio. I go in. I check with security. I do this whole fitting. Like, okay, now you have to go get a COVID test. I'm like, okay, cool. That's backwards.
Yeah, what the fuck? I just sat here for
I've
an
literally
hour.
had my mask off around your whole wardrobe department. Okay, whatever. So I go again. I'm like, hey, I pull up to the gate. And I'm like, hey, I'm not here to park. I need to drive to the other side of the studio, which is like half a mile. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but it's pretty far. And I need to go take a rapid test and then leave. He's like, you can't drive in here. And I'm like, you don't understand. Like, I was literally here all day on Tuesday. I worked like a 14-hour day on Tuesday. I was parked here the entire time. He's like, well, I can't let you in. He's like, my boss is, he has like a little earpiece. He's like, my boss is in the window looking down at me right now, yelling at me. And I was like, is Veronica here? He's like, yeah, that's my boss. Veronica's been security there 4 years, and I'm calling her out. I know her so well. I've literally known this woman for 7 years. And, like, we're on a first-name basis. We're buddies. And I'm like,
hey,
can
tell
you tell
Veronica old Brandino needs to get
tell
this
her it's
fucking
Brandon
car.
from Blind Spot, and he needs to go get a fucking COVID test? And he's like, she's saying no. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, seriously. And he's like, do you want to talk to my supervisor? I was like, yep. And
I
while
would
this is
love
going
to.
on, there's a line of people accumulating behind me. Trucks, all this shit. Then, on the reverse side, so this is why Steiner Studios is the stupidest place in the world. That was a little tongue twister. You need to check in with security to leave. So you can't even get out. So then people were trying to get out. He's like, oh, do you have a pass? And they're like, no. He's like, oh, well, you need a pass. And they're like, okay. He's like, oh, so next time, just, you got to have a pass. And then he opens the gate to let them out. I was like, you need a pass to leave? He's like, honestly, dude, I've been thinking about quitting this job, man. I'm like holding people hostage. I was like, yeah, this is crazy. And then a fucking delivery guy, like a guy on a moped who's clearly working Grubhub, is driving into the studio like he's probably done 1,000 fucking times. And the security guard flags him down. He's like, do you have a pass? And the guy's like, no. He's like, where are you going? He's like, I need to deliver food to stage 3. He's like, you got to check in with security. And the guy's like, ugh. Like, okay. And by the way, the security guard inside, she's worked here for 10 years, and somehow it's her first fucking day. Like, we're moving at a snail's pace. So then the guy, I swear to God, Robert, he delivers his food. He comes back. He's at the gate to leave. And this fucking guy asks him if he has a pass to leave. Like, I could feel my brain cells dying while I'm there. And finally, the head of security at Steiner Studios comes. Nice guy. We chat. I'm calm. We're cool. I'm like, hey, I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I can't park here. I understand. I need to go get a cotton swab in my nose. It's going to take literally 10 seconds. And then I'm going to leave. Like, I have no other business here. I'm not trying to park. I'm not trying to break the rules. But for me to park outside of the studio and walk to the other, like, it's going to take me an hour, or I could just drive up to the front door right now. He's like, I understand. This is our policy. I was like, I was parked here all day Tuesday. He's like, well, whoever let you park here is going to get fired because they shouldn't have let you do that. I'm like, okay, whatever. As I'm like rolling my eyes. And he's like, well, this one time, I'll let you through. I understand. He's like, I agree with you. But this is what they're telling us to do. And I was like, okay. Like, thank you. I appreciate it. Dude, I pull into this parking lot. It was not even at 40% capacity. There were parking spots as far as the eye could fucking see. I couldn't believe it. I was in shock. And then I drove out, and I got to the gate. And the gate's down, and the guy turned around and, like, went to open the window, and he looked at me, and we both gave each other, like, finger guns, and he opened up the gate, and I left.
I would have looked at him, and I would have been like, fucking do it. Ask me.
Ask me if I have a pass.
I fucking dare you to ask
me if I have a pass.
I will run you over.
Wild times, dude. Wild times.
Crazy.
That's
Dude, security theater is something else, man.
I was really victimized by it. On when was that? That was Friday. I held up so many people, Rob. But it was gonna happen. It was all gonna happen. Somebody had to peel this Band-Aid off. And I don't know if I made the problem better or worse. I don't know if after that they were like, absolutely no one, or if they were like, if someone's got to go for a 10-second COVID test, let them in. We've got 1,000 available parking spots. There were Dude, oh my God. I was like sick to my stomach when I saw how much parking was available. Wild times.
It's crazy.
I think this all
Craziness.
started because they painted the side of the building. And I'm sorry if I'm chewing your ear off.
No, please.
It started because they painted the side of the building on it's so windy there. It's right on the East River. They painted the side of the building with one of those like power wash sprayers, and the wind kicked up all the spray paint and coated cars in the parking lot.
No.
And a bunch of people, were like threatening lawsuits and battling with Steiner, Alex included, because her windshield was covered in a light dusting of paint.
No.
And I think that's when they put the kibosh on it. They were like, nobody could park here. But that was 4 years ago, and I've worked there many, many times, especially in the last 3 months. And I drive up to the gate. They're like, hey, every day it's a different thing. What's your name, your email? Let me see ID. I'm calling people. There's lists. Sometimes I give them my name. Sometimes no name. I tell them what show I'm working on. They every day it's a different procedure with a different person. But I've always just driven right in, no problem.
Sounds like they need to get their ducks in a row.
Right?
Sounds like no one has any idea what the fuck they're doing.
Nobody. And every day it's different. I don't know who to talk to. Mr. Steiner?
Where is Mr. Steiner?
He's probably in his office on the second floor of stage 6.
What is he gonna do? Fire you?
He can't. I don't work for him.
Exactly.
But I could piss him off and he can make it worse. But then I don't know, that's not my problem. I'll park on the street. But I don't want to park on the street.
You gotta pick and choose your battles.
For sure. And this whole thing's about my convenience, so I'm ready to die on this hill, you know?
Oh, truly. There is nothing more important than your own convenience.
Oh my God. And the SWAT here, I'll leave you with this. The COVID test, the girl like puts the thing in my nose. Rub, pulls it out, and a string of booger goes with it, and she just flicked it away, like onto like my mask, and I don't know, just space, wherever it went. Yeah, that was rough. That was probably my worst COVID test yet. I've had quite a few. I think that was number one, absolute worst.
I don't know why they really do get your fucking mucus going.
Because they just put a Q-tip in there and they're just rubbing it. I've also been there where they're like, all right, now in a circular motion, go along the inside of your nostril 20 times. And other times they're like, yeah, do it 5 times. All right.
Everyone's just winging it.
Whatever gets me out of here the fastest, please.
Everyone's vaccinated. Like, you got COVID, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
See you in 5 days.
I'm interested to see when this is going to end. Because right now you have to test at least 48 hours to work. And then usually test on the day too, which, hey, I appreciate it because I don't want to get sick. And then wear a mask on set. But I wonder how much longer they're going to keep up with this.
Yeah, I guess like silver lining is like you're surrounded by a bunch of randos inside for extended periods of time and you're getting a bunch of free COVID tests. I guess that's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, I'm not complaining. I don't know how much longer, like, this is costing productions a lot of money to like outsource all this work with these companies.
Like, I'm sure they're not getting all these tests for free.
No, absolutely not. No, they're outsourcing to the companies. Like, they're paying private companies to set up shop on set or at a location and just test around the clock. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be a lot of money.
For sure. Yeah, because to go into one of these places, they had like a menu to get like a PCR test or a rapid test. It's between $100 and $150.
Jesus.
Yeah, without insurance. So
if I order a PCR for the table, will you have some PCR?
I'll have PCR.
Yeah. We'll do PCR for the table.
Okay. Do you want to split a PCR, and then if other people want PCR, they could order themselves like a PCR? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I mean, we're waiting for them, so we're gonna start with the PCR for the table now, and then if they're like, damn, that looks good, I should get it. You know, they can get their own appies. You know, we can do our entree after we start with the PCR
for sure. And you could always get a rapid as a side, or like they've got really good antigens too. You could do an antigen, whatever that means.
Are those local microbrew antigens?
You know,
Are these imported?
They're probably imported.
Fucking import. Get that shit out of here. Local microbrews all day.
All day.
All day.
All right, brother.
Anyways.
Anyway, boogers. So this weekend we'll have a fresh episode. Maybe talk Last of Us. I heard some good conspiracies on set this week.
About anything or just in general?
It was about Bill Gates and sterilizing a small population in South Africa. I don't know. This is conspiracy at the moment. But I'm going to get to the bottom of it, and I'm going to blow the lid off it if there is a lid to be blown.
If there's a lid to be blown, this expose will blow that lid.
I did some
Right
light
off.
Googling, which yielded no information, which makes me think that
makes
it's
you the
complete
leading
bullshit.
It makes you the leading expert in the subject matter.
It sounded like bullshit. Once the conspiracy was prefaced with "Did you know?" I was like, this is gonna be nonsense.
Source, trust me, bro.
And then they pretty much like cited that Bill Gates was committing war crimes, and I was like, whoa, man, I'm gonna
war
have
crimes
to.
while we're not at war and he's not part of the military. I'm interested to hear.
Well, you know what I mean. What would you call that? Like chemical warfare? I guess. I don't know. A form of genocide?
It would be like genocide and like eugenics.
Mass sterilization? I mean, I feel like I would have heard about this somewhere.
Yeah, you think, yeah. Bill Gates leading a eugenics campaign, I feel like would make it on the news and not some like WordPress.blog.blogspot.com web, you know? I don't think that's where the story would break. It's on someone's fucking WordPress.
So I'm interested though. I feel like there's something here. And big Xbox doesn't want us to know about it.
I feel like Jazz could offer some good insight into Bill Gates's eugenics campaign in South Africa. We're not even going to tell her. We're going to get her on, and the first thing we're going to ask her is, what are her thoughts on Bill Gates's eugenics campaign?
Yeah, right out of the gate. She thinks she's having a fun podcast about movies. Like, no. Let's talk about sterilization in South Africa. Go. What do you know?
Wait, spill it.
It's time. Yeah.
You work for the Canadian government. What do you know?
We're live and pre-recorded. Tell us everything.
Everything.
Dude, that's what's going to take this podcast, to
the next level.
New heights, yeah.
Yeah. She's going to use every bit of her access to the Canadian intelligence apparatus to tell us what she knows.
Mm-hmm. Okay, quick question. Is blackmail illegal?
No. Not inherently. I think it depends.
I don't know.
I think it depends on like what you're blackmailing somebody for.
If I go to jail, I'm gonna be pretty mad, dude.
Like if you say like, fucking give me a promotion at work or I'm gonna tell your wife that you're cheating on her. Like I don't think that's illegal.
Oh but yeah, that sounds like I was just gonna say, hey, Bill Gates, 100 mil, we'll keep her mouth shut.
Yeah, I think that might be illegal.
We'll delete that episode, and then we'll just record a fun movie episode.
Yeah, we'll record two podcasts, 2 episodes.
100 mil cash, or 75 cash, 25 mil Xbox gift cards.
Yeah, like give us lifetime Game Pass.
Lifetime, yeah, lifetime. I like this deal. Lifetime Game Pass. And you know what? I'll cut him a break. Cool, 59 mil. We'll split it. Cash.
69 mil. We got to make it a nice 69 mil.
Government's never gonna know. IRS is never gonna know. As long as we spend it slowly. Like you can't buy, bunch of Maseratis, new boat, house.
Right.
iPhone 14 Pro Plus Max Deluxe. Tim Apple edition,
What's the maximum amount that you can deposit into a bank without like paying taxes on it? It's like, is it 10 grand?
I think into a Roth IRA, it's like $5,000, I believe. Don't quote me though.
Something like that. Maybe we could just have them set up like a trust.
And
then, we can put, we can like I guess find some way to get all that money put into like some like high interest investment portfolio, and then we just take like the interest every year.
Yeah. No, I'm liking this. This all sounds very legitimate.
Right. That no way could this be used against us in a court of law.
Nope. After we blow the lid off the Bill Gates South Africa conspiracy. Who knows? We might be celebrating. We might be, dude, getting the Medal of Freedom.
We'll be the Edward Snowdens of our generation.
Dude, what would they call us? Robin B. Robin B got the info. Got rid of Bill
B
G.
on the beat.
Robin B on the beat. Internet sleuths.
We're cracking these cases wide
Number 2 podcast in the world. Couldn't beat Joe's numbers.
He's got too much. He's got too much horse paste.
He's got good guests, man. He's got good guests. I can't take it away from him.
Yeah, he's got. Yeah, he does all right.
I also like Your Mom's House with Tom Segura and Christina P.
And Bert.
They're pretty funny.
Oh yeah.
No, what is that? 2 Bears, 1 Cave.
2 Bears, 1 Cave.
I like Bert Kreischer. He's not my favorite, but I'm a big Tom Segura fan, so I listen to that.
Yeah. One. We should collab with them. That'd be tight.
Yeah, I'll hit him up.
Yeah. I'll shoot him a DM on Instagram and see what happens.
What if he says yes?
That'd be tight.
We're getting on the plane to. I'm assuming he lives in. No, I think he lives in Texas. Hey, look at that.
That'd be very convenient.
Dude, he's your next door neighbor.
Yeah, right down the street. Hop, skip, jumping away.
I'll hop on a plane. We'll be there tomorrow. We'll shoot an episode.
I mean, so is old Joe Rogie.
Oh, Joe. We'll stop at Joe's, dude.
Old Joe's.
Gotta go to Joe Rogan's.
We'll stop at Joe's and ask him why he peddled so much COVID misinformation.
I don't want to have that conversation.
I don't want to do that.
It's gonna be so annoying.
Yeah.
And I'm over it. I got my shot. I wear my mask on the subway. I get the boogers over the lady at the COVID test place. I'm good, man. I did my part.
Yeah, at this point, like if you're getting sick from COVID and dying because you didn't get vaccinated, I'm sorry, dude. Well, no, I'm not sorry.
I'm sorry. I mean, that sucks, but
I mean, hey, man, you made your bed, you lie in it.
A lot of people said, hey, this is avoidable if you want it to be.
Yeah, and they didn't want it to be avoidable, so you know,
people make their choices, Rob. I make my choices. You make your choices. And you know what? That's one of the brilliant things about America. It's one of the few brilliant things is that you can make your choice.
You can.
For now, for some choices. Part. Yeah, some choices.
There's, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pro-choice myself. Is what it is. I want people to be able to make choices.
I'm pro-choice in all things. Seriously, in all things. Small government for me, right? Is this the land of the free, home of the brave, or is this fucking Stalin USSR? All right, come on.
Is this George Orwell's 1984?
Right. That's the comparison everyone goes to.
Yeah, he was right on like everything. That's the crazy part. Like fucking traffic cameras that like watch you everywhere. Like that was like his whole thing.
It's so hard to do crime these days.
It is. It's a shame, really.
Dude, take us back to the 70s when crime was just so easy. How'd you get caught in the 70s? You had to be really stupid, really sloppy.
Well,
cocky.
What was like John Mulaney's bit where it's like, back in like the 40s or like whatever, it was like people would like roll up in like they put on like their best suit, like pinstripe suit and tie, and they roll up to a bank with their fucking Tommy guns. They rob a bank and they like shoot and like they write into the walls like, oh, Sammy J and the like fucking the boys like rob this place. Like they shoot it all up into the wall and they go, haha, and they drive away. And the cops like never find them. Like, oh, who could have possibly done this? Like they leave behind their calling card and nobody knows who did it. Such a good bit.
Oh, I gotta check that out. I love John Mulaney.
He's so good.
He's so fucking good. Rob, this was fun. I'm gonna cut the whole thing out about Alec Baldwin.
I think you should leave it in post.
It's gotta go. It's gotta go. Too much,
It'll
man.
it'll be so good.
I genuinely feel fucking awful for everyone involved.
I hope this stays in post, but the actual joke doesn't. So everybody has to
That's
recognize.
what it's gonna be. So you have no context.
No context. It was a very good but distasteful joke made. And
Well, see, now I gotta take it out because now they know.
Well, they don't know. It was a joke made in poor taste. That's why it's getting cut.
Yeah.
It was really funny. And they're not going to get to experience what was so funny.
I mean,
what is he going to do? Sue us? Come on.
I don't know. No, not really. It wasn't that bad.
Frankly, I don't know.
I don't know, man. I haven't talked to Alec in a bit. I hope he's okay.
I genuinely hope he's okay, because that's a rough beat.
It's
for sure.
It's fucking awful for everyone involved.
Yeah.
But anyway, hey, friends, tune in later this week. We're gonna keep you up to date on the M&M's situation as that develops too. So
we have our ears to the ground. As soon as we get an update on those candies, we'll send a cable.
Yeah, for sure. Emergency message. We'll do an emergency podcast.
Mm-hmm.
M&M update.
Yep.
It's gonna be great.
Do like the Sports Center. This just in.
M&M's
Well, maybe
still
not that, because we
canceled.
can't.
Maya
we probably won't be able to
Rudolph
license
also
that.
deemed too sexy for M&M's.
I think Maya Rudolph is too sexy for M&M's myself.
Who's not sexy enough? King Charles's girlfriend? Like, I don't know. I really don't know. The guy with the foot on the subway? Is he not sexy enough to sell me M&M's? The bar just is plummeting. I don't know. It's not plummeting. It's like it's just in limbo right now.
Yeah, like
I don't know what's
move
sexy
forward?
and what's not. I didn't want to fuck any of the M&Ms till Tucker Carlson told me that I did.
It's all Tucker's fault that I want to fuck M&Ms now.
It really
Never before did I want to fuck
Wow.
M&Ms, and then he had to go and open it.
What's the influx on green M&M searches in Pornhub right now? I want to know. It's probably up like 100,000%.
I would like to check. I want to check Google Analytics to find out just M&Ms. I want to see who.
It's up 1,000,000%.
It's got to be. Oh, this is so much work. I'll have to do that.
We'll do it next time. Yeah, no.
We're gonna find out.
I love you guys. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you. Keep it salty.
Nice and salty.
Mm-hmm. And we'll catch
But not
you
too salty.
this weekend. All right, later, everybody. Here comes the song.
Here comes the boom.